Oh boy.
Alrighty, we are up. Hey,
Are
everybody.
we?
Hope you're all doing well, and we're happily here. Of course,
No.
ages past. I am your DM, as you know from all the times we've been doing this, with my amazing players, Kyle, Cody, Connor, Kayla, and Scott.
Ooh,
Yes.
one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, right.
One of these names
Oh,
does
the
not have a
left-handed
cup,
guy. What?
That's what it is.
but technically he does have it after the S. So
Yeah, we're just gonna start calling you Cot.
Caught.
Keep with the theme, you know?
Keep cradling those horrible puns.
Yeah. But of course, we here operate every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and of course, now with some of the current situations going on, we hope to see you guys here more often. If you'd like to spend some time and chill and keep healthy while we try to weather out this entire event that's going on. But with that kind of, sad news out of the way, let's just do a little bit of, discussion about our channel. We have the Total Tabletop on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Hoda Seasons 1 and 2 on the Tuesdays and Wednesdays, respectively. They're starting to do some one-shots, but they will eventually, in the next coming weeks, be putting up their season again now that they have their new player finally picked. If you want to check out more information about that, be sure to check out our Discord. The link is below in the center of the Twitch, so be sure to look at that, as well as with some commands and some fun ways that you can interact with the channel. You can cheer at us by using some of your points, allowing us to know what you like to see and what you see more of, that you want to have us, continue to do some ne'er-do-wells, some shenanigans, and all those fun things that we like to do with the players. Of course, you also are accumulating these every time you stay with us. If you are a follower or a subscriber, you will also get more of these points, so it pays to stick around and to kind of help us out too. So be sure to keep an eye out for that, as well as, of course, if you wish to be even more generous, you can help the players out by purchasing inspiration points. These can be used to allow them to re-roll ability checks, saving throws, or attacks, so be sure to give if you can. It's 300 bits per. Be sure to make me know who you're going to give them to, because some of them might need them more than others. Currently, right now, they're all full, so they're okay, but we will see how much they'll need later down the line. Now, with a bit of that out of the way, I think covering most of it, there's one more thing just to at least bring up to you guys to keep an eye out and to look in the Discord. Joining us there, any of you who are in the channel and join part of it, you will start to see that there is going to be a new addition brought in. We are going to be taking some inspiration and influence from you viewers. We would like for you to start thinking and begin eventually submitting NPC ideas. These are characters that you have either created from other campaigns or ones that have gotten into your inspiration mode, and you want to see them come into the game. So we will be putting a application process in there for those of you to fill out, allowing you to create a character that, depending on how we select it from raffles, from giveaways, and all the like, will be brought into the game as random NPCs to be interacting with the party. They'll be either NPC merchants, sometimes maybe opposing NPCs, or friendly help along the way. So be sure to check that out and to think about that as we now... Oh, thank you for the host. As we will be introducing this in. So make sure, check it out in the Discord. That's where we'll be sending it, posting it, and submitting all the rest. Now, with that out of the way, I've been talking quite extensively on that. I think we can now continue my dialogue into the recap of what happened last week to the party here in Ages Past. So, with a breather...
I got some sand.
Yeah, I was gonna say, take a breath there. You did great. That was awesome. Good start. All right, take a breather, go. You're good.
Last time we left off, the party had, of course, reconvened after having split up a little bit at the Grey Falls Keep, having some emotional moments for a few to regather themselves and to learn a bit about some of these abilities that have been thank you for the subscription. And of course, harboring inside them for a long time. Victor learning a bit of the almost primal arcane energy starting to bubble to the surface. Varkesh, of course, finding the demon ducks that might be plaguing.
Find one.
No, but you searched high and low. You found some owlbears. And the poor unfortunate things did not survive so well. One did escape, luckily, but of course, Rook following along and shooting them from a distance seemed to become the new target for Varkesh's Inquisition, as he pursued the bird quite diligently. Even throwing a few radiant bolts down his way. Luckily for Rook, he was able to survive and return to the keep, where you all reconvened after, of course, having a little bit of some makeshift repairs in the town outside to try and see if perhaps you could coax the previous leader of Beartop to maybe part with a goose to be as a pet for poor little Victor. Sadly, with the animal handling as it went, the kerfuffle that ensued seemed to be a bit more of a trouble and didn't really lead to any good result, as you had a few goose peckings and wing flappings, darknesses, and teleportations just to get out of this gaggle of geese. Now, of course, as you returned and all of you had a bit more time to settle down, you of course made plans to see Velcom. Velcom, of course, was happy to have you arrive, though a little surprised that you didn't quite announce the exact time and arrival of when you would be there, but he was fine with you coming in and providing him with the cold iron needed to finally finish the infusion of the rods that would be used to absorb the powers of the 5 prime aspects of the dragons. Now, of course, Varkesh learned a little bit of this as well, so he could create the remaining rods on his own time without the assistance of Velcom. He, of course, also was a little interested in one of the trinkets that Rook seemed to have, the Ring of Invisibility, trying to see if he could coax it from you to perhaps be his own. But fortunately for you, the party was able to move away from such temptations as you returned to the Greyfall Keep to take a long rest, to give you time to prepare and get yourself ready to head to the Silver Springs Oasis, the birthplace of Smokey. Just before you arrived, Smokey made sure to scry in on his aunties to see what information he could glean about what's been going on back in his home. Now, you did see that she was able to give you some tiny bits. You know that your father is being held as a hostage inside the palace of the Blue Dragon that is currently controlling the Oasis. Your siblings are stuck inside the manor with your Nana, who's still in poor health, and they're barely able to keep her alive at this time. They have no news to help you on your way in order to get whatever your goal is for the party, but they did say that they would provide you with assistance so that when you arrived, your Aunt Dory, I believe, was that it? Let's see. Yep, Dory. She would be the one who would meet up with you. Now, of course, as you set off and prepared to transport early in the morning, you made your way with a good successful teleport of 100, I think, and landed smack dab in the center of the Lumifont Trading Company tents, where you had the interesting creatures surround you with their glowing tusks. Now, as you, of course, met up with Dory, she quickly shuffled you over to her small abode, allowing you time to gather your thoughts, to get a bit of an update, share some of the slightly miscooked roles that the kobold tried his best to do. But, of course, as you were told all of that was going on, you then cast Seeming on the party, allowing each of you to take on the form of a resident here in the Silver Spring Oasis, before you made your way across the market and bazaar, all the way down to Edie's brothel. Arriving inside, you were able to take shelter and quickly find your way to her as she brought you upstairs to a private room to make sure that you would be out of prying eyes and eavesdropping ears. Now, as of course you are in here, she seems to look at you all a bit peeved to some extent, just the fact that you came without really giving her notice, but she understands that these are unique times, and just seems to fold her arms, staring at you. You can see the gold jewelry still decorating her figure, kind of tapping her foot, just waiting for an explanation as to what you plan to do and why did you just come here.
Hi. And Smokey's actually still got his arms out for a hug. But if she doesn't...
She's got that stern look for the moment before she kind of... Fine. And she comes over and hugs you warmly, as in just like, oh, can't stay mad at you. Squeeze a little tight. Okay. And let's go.
Alright.
Varkesh holds his arms out for a hug, too.
Smokey doesn't know.
Don't test me.
So Auntie Edie, we came here straight from Dory's. Everything went fine there. We don't think we're detected. It's all going good so far. Our next stop is going to be to Nana's. We're going to see if we can secure her and also just, get Arad and Bahira just like contained.
You plan on just walking right to them? You're joking, aren't you? You can't be serious, Smokey. No. You can't just go walking into danger. I won't allow it.
We do that on the regular.
On the regular?
Practically every day, in fact.
How? She looks at all of you. What exactly have you gotten my little Smokey in?
So you sell hookers, yes?
Oh my god.
I do
Let's
not
right into
sell
it. All right.
my...
Do they do a package deal? I mean,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna get money.
god. Can I whack Varkesh?
I mean, it's
Go
easy enough to
for
do it.
So as I'm talking about package deal, whack
Yeah,
away.
I'm just taking don't think I'm holding my shield. I'm just elbowing him in the ribs.
So
Change.
do you do a package? Ah! What? What? Do you want to know on this too?
No,
I mean,
no.
I think the time and
no,
place
no.
for pleasure is for another time. Tell me, what exactly are you doing here? Your friends are quite peculiar.
Yeah, but okay. Well, we heard that. I heard that Nana's declining, and so we know of a really powerful magic user who I'm hoping will be able to help heal her. If not, my friend back there. So we're hoping to take her away. But then I've also heard that apparently, Arad and Bahira and my dad are in really, really big trouble for not getting the Grimoire back. So the only reason they're not dead yet is because Nana's still alive, and they're hoping to use her somehow to locate the Grimoire for the dragon. But then if we take Nana without taking them, they'll all die. So what I was thinking is that we go to Nana's, we secure her, we talk to Bahira and Arad, and we figure out if they'll join us and if they will tell us what are the security measures that are keeping Dad locked up. And then we'll go in there and see. Well, we'll see if we can do it, but also we'll see if there's a good way to try and rescue Dad and then bring him back here. And then you and Dory and Barbie will meet back at Nana's, and then I will teleport all of us to safety.
Smokey, take a breath. Breathe. Calm. Now, you want to invade the Alabaster Palace.
I mean, technically that's a word that could be used, yes.
I don't know what foolishness you've gotten into his head to think that he has the means to be able to do something like this, but Smokey, you've been a novice at your practicing of magic. You barely can do anything. What makes you think that you can go inside there and handle a blue dragon's hold?
he has a Varkesh.
He's actually quite skilled. I'm gonna elbow Varkesh again.
How long has it been since you were last here, Smokey?
More than that?
Yeah, a while. It's been a while. But I mean, I've actually learned a lot by traveling with these guys, and I can actually read pretty much all the stuff from the Grimoire now, and it's connected to me, and that gave me a big old power boost, and I can do a lot of stuff that I couldn't do when I left.
Your Nana informed us immediately as to why her health was declining. She knew you must have somehow bonded with the Grimoire and took her place as guardian. We know this. That's why she is currently ready to die, but they are keeping her alive at this time as an attempt to try and maybe perhaps pry the secrets from her, or maybe see if they could use her as a conduit to bond to the Grimoire while you still have it. With blood magic, I'm not sure. But either way, I'm not entirely certain as to the exact details, but your siblings certainly will not leave without your father, I know that. So you will have no choice, I suppose, but to try and get him out. But Smokey, it's a dangerous thing to go inside. Even Barbie herself has only seen small bits of this particular palace. I don't know how many rooms or corridors there could be, or how many guards are inside. You best ask her if I would say anything. She'll probably return here maybe about in the next few hours or so when she has her moment to take a break, but I think in the moment, maybe perhaps we should all have some tea?
So do you have a menu or something for you to choose from? I mean, or do you just line them up?
Varkesh, now's not really the time.
One moment,
Nice.
I will step up. You'll see the little kitty move up from the back of the group.
Well, not a kitty.
Little fire Ganassi.
Oh yeah, I'm a little Aladdin. One moment, I couldn't help but overhear. Beautiful place, by the way. I was actually really distracted by a lot of the decorations and things. But did you say that your Smokey is novice? Is that the word you use for this?
That's what he has been, yes.
I would like to, as I'm about to say leader of the group, I will say, as part of group,
Oh my
you
god, he's
must
learning.
know that this friend of ours has been nothing but extraordinary in the field of battle. We have battled frog creatures that made more frog creatures, iced devils. We have fought dragons of all things, and this is in with last 3-4 days perhaps. So I don't necessarily know you that much, but I do know my friend here, and to call him novice is, well, below any sort of adjective I would use to describe my friend.
I mean, Edie, to give you a point of reference, Bahira and Arad came after me a while ago with a dragon, and we were able to evade them.
Yes, news spread around quite quickly of the defeat of that. I don't know how you did it, Smokey, but killing one of the blue dragons certainly is no easy task, but it certainly has left a lot of repercussions.
Yeah, we didn't kill him. We ran away from that one, but someone else did the killing.
Who?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on outside the Oasis, and well, you may know, but you know how the Suzerain, there was a battle for who had the title?
No.
Oh.
We don't get much news in regards to the other oases. Only the Limifant Trading Company, I suppose, knows all the details. Dory might have
Turns out
overheard
we're
something.
the ones with the tea. That's not in character. And that's just Kayla. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, so apparently, after, you know, the big ancient dragons passed away, you know, there was a power vacuum and the other dragons tried to fill the void. And for the Suzerain, there were two brothers who fought. One of them obviously won. He's the one who's a Suzerain now. The other was banished. And so he's been doing stuff behind the curtain, and we're pretty sure he's the one who ended up killing that young blue dragon who was traveling with Bahira and Arad.
Oh, well, if the struggle is between two existing blue dragons, then that's fine. We won't have to worry about repercussions then.
Except apparently everyone here is under the mistaken impression that we did this, which...
Well, besides these misunderstandings, how about I get us something to drink?
Sure.
Good. You all remain here. I'll be downstairs momentarily, please.
Could you have a blonde bring me a drink, please?
I'll see what I can do.
I mean, do you
So-
have blondes here?
So, like, awesome, that would be a word I would use. That was an adjective. Magnificent, could go with that one. Mage of Wonder, I think that was something maybe, perhaps. I don't know.
Oh,
There's
yes,
lots of
but-
things, you know, used to describe Smokey. I didn't get to finish my adjectives, but it gave me time to think of some, so that's fine.
Yeah, she will take that time to kind of just slowly excuse herself, just nodding as you continue. Yes, leaving. But eventually she will return with what appears to be a few trays carried by some of her girls, two of which are
Before she
coming-
returns, before she
sure.
returns, I'm going to turn to the group. So just out of sheer curiosity, what is a hooker, by the way? I heard someone say that earlier. I don't know.
I push Rook forward. And
Rook's a hooker?
yes.
Rook is a hooker. Okay, got it.
he's,
No,
he's
I
a-
am not a hooker.
So
You dress like one. You've got those
Okay.
leather strips.
No, that's
No one
not.
can see those for a reason.
But we know they're there.
And just one more time for thematics, what does everyone look like again? I know I look like Aladdin or some shit.
So kind of think like Arabian Nights sort of attire. And then from that, you are basically all fire ganassi. So humanoids with sort of, what are they, like bronzes, orange skin. I don't know if you're doing fire hair or if you're doing...
Yeah,
like,
the hair is usually like a bit more light and flamey, and the skin can be anywhere from ranging into light pale pinks to dark deep reds.
Children on the Jersey Shore.
Yep, I look like Snooki.
Oh, kill it quickly.
Oh no!
I guide in bulk Valindra. Biased.
Okay, so yes, so Rook is a hooker then? Okay, well
No,
that's
no,
good.
get out of this, Varkash. You're the one who brought it up. But no, I am not a hooker.
Okay.
Varkash, explain.
Right. A hooker is a lady who grants anything you want for the right coin.
Lying
So
Be it-
a
be
genie.
it-
She's a genie then. A
It's
genie.
like she is like a genie. You do have
Huh.
to do a lot of rubbing.
No, that's oh
Um,
my god. Okay,
Victor.
no,
She grants wishes then.
no, no,
Yes.
no,
Awesome.
no.
But you
no.
have to
Just
give
genies
her a
walking
coin.
around in here. They call them hookers where you're from. Okay, that's
Okay.
cool. Why don't you just call them genies?
Wow, Victor's really got this quite quickly. I'm
No,
rather
Victor, a hooker or a prostitute is a short-term employee, if you will,
Mhm.
who exchanges
Fantastic.
coin. You give coin,
Mhm.
and they will provide sexual favors or favors of a less sexual nature that are pleasurable, such as company, conversation, massages, music, all that sort of thing.
As you mentioned massages,
very
you're gonna see Victor go. Wait, so that means I'm hooker?
Yes.
No, I did not pay you. That was
I'm a free hooker.
No, you're a dumb hooker.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, I did tell you that Edie would hire you in a second because your skill set's like really on point. But I mean, this is
I could be a hooker. Okay, good.
Well, now
In
you
case
know,
this adventuring
you
thing doesn't work out,
I put a
I'm
gold coin down Victor's chest.
have a backup plan.
could write that in my notes. Could be a hooker. All right. Massages. All right.
I will say generally, as far as like linguistics, there are certain words that they don't like to be that are derogatory. Hooker
Okay.
is derogatory.
Oh,
Prostitute also pretty derogatory.
It's
Should I call
best to
them
call them
genies?
consorts, escorts, or companions.
okay.
Companions is a pretty nice one. To
And
me.
what exactly is sexual favors? I got the last parts of like the massages. and
Well,
stuff,
I
but
can
don't
go through a
understand what
list.
the first part is.
No.
Okay,
just-
Victor, do you know what sex is, right?
Oh.
Please feign ignorance.
Oh, buddy. Can I insight check him? Is he messing with us? Does he actually not know what sex is?
Those monks, man.
I mean, you
I
can
mean,
you
I
can
was-
check on him.
Raised by my uncle in a temple. You could do the math from there, but sure, roll inside if you want.
I do want to roll insight.
So I guess
Okay.
the question is, what's the worst answer?
Maybe.
First roll of the night in D&D, guys, is
Oh my
dude,
God.
does Valindra
Oh!
believe that I am telling the truth about not knowing? No, I have no idea.
Oh, Victor. Okay.
I'm going to show you a whole
As
new
of
world.
right now,
No.
that insight check would tell you that I extremely believe that massage equals hooker at this point. That's all about as far
No,
as
no, no.
that's
Okay.
about as far as I've gotten because that's what
Okay.
Smokey told me, and I believe
No,
him.
no. Okay. Any further questions on this? Don't go to Farkash.
Hey,
Go to. No offense, Farkash. It's just
Although
I feel
apparently
like
Varkesh would be more than willing to give you a visual demonstration.
I feel like Varkesh's teaching methods are, while
excellent.
very thorough, I'm sure.
Okay,
will
wait,
be
hold on.
somewhat scarring
Wait,
on
so
fresh
are you,
eyes.
There
Wait,
can
or-
be some
so-
lacerations if not done correctly.
is someone going to show me what this is, or should
Nope,
I buy
Yes.
Genie?
no,
should I buy
no,
Genie
no.
to tell them show me how?
My
No,
treat!
Oh God. Okay, no, let's. Okay,
Smokey,
It's-
where's
it's-
your aunt? Can she come back faster, please?
I'm guessing by now is when that would have happened. I'm just
I
trying
get
to
the
find a
feel-
little bit of time in there.
I get the feeling she's avoiding us at this point.
Oh, okay.
Safely to say.
okay. No one's gonna show you. Just.
Oh my
we'll-
gosh, I'll
we'll
do
talk-
it.
We'll talk.
Okay. And I will actually take
I'm
Victor
curious.
to the side. And I will give Rook a look as he peers over.
I really feel like Genie should probably tell me what this is. Where is your aunt at? I thought she was bringing back tea.
She is it's I mean it takes time. But anyway, so you know where babies come from.
Oh, sure.
Do you know are you familiar with the term pregnancy?
Yes, that one. Got it. Got that one.
Okay. So you know how a woman gets pregnant.
Good question.
Okay.
I really feel like this should probably be left for experts, Smokey. No offense. Like, you're very good at wizardly things. The genies are good at the genie hooker things.
Victor,
I think I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait.
okay.
I appreciate your help, but I really feel like, I was sent into the world to experience and learn new things. I think this is part of this path.
Okay.
Learn from a genie. Don't get to knock that off your list too often. Learn
I'm going to
from a
ruin the
genie.
monk.
Learn
You do hear the soft
from-
sounds of plates and ceramic clattering a little bit as you look to the door and can see that
There
Edie
we go.
arrives back with what appears to be two lovely females. One that does have blonde hair, looks to be human. The second one is a different kind of exotic. You can see that she has a very pale lavender skin and horns with white hair, a tiefling that joins in as the pair of them are dressed in a very provocative manner. You can tell that they seem to just be more comfortable with this current situation and don't really mind the current establishment that they are employed in, as they go about seeming to carry 2 trays, one with a large teapot and a nice big brass-looking kettle that you can see with some little cups around the side, the other one seeming to have refreshments, small little dried fruits of some sort, maybe dates in a way, but you can see them setting down along with some other little delectables, some powdered kind of spice, and a few other interesting pieces of maybe flatbread that you can guess from looking at them. As they move around to kind of stand in a position waiting to see what would happen, she looks back at Varkesh and goes, "Well, would you prefer this one?"
What do they look like?
Well, one's a human. She's blonde, very beautiful. You can see that she's got very much a Princess Leia in the Jabba the Hutt kind of thing going on.
With the cinnamon buttons on the side too? Because if so, I'm sold.
No cinnamon buns, but just very nicely kept hair draping down.
Okay. What's the color of her garments, if there are any?
Most of the colored garments are varying widely between thin, vibrant purples and blues, sometimes a bit of red.
If there's blue on it, I'm sold.
Right.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
So if you nod in that direction, she will settle down
Yes.
next to you, and you'll see her.
I will plonk her on my lap, and I will feed her grapes.
All right, it looks very bizarre because as she sits down on the lap, it looks like she's floating a little bit in comparison to
Oh,
the
she
seeming
will be.
image. Because the seeming of Varkesh as a Ganassi is a human, very small in stature, when in truth Varkesh is about almost an extra 3-4 feet taller. So she looks a little weird sitting and kind of... She seems to be touching certain things that aren't necessarily his body, and she's very
There she
confused
is.
for a moment. She's going to see if she can actually see past the illusion. Nope.
I think physical touch automatically sees past it, though.
She can
Like, or
push,
no, it's
she
not
can
there.
feel that there's something there, but she's trying her best to, like,
I
look
bet she
beyond
can.
it. She knows there's something wrong, and she looks around very concerned, and Edie
That
just
too.
kind of, like,
Mm-hmm.
gives
I
the
haven't
whole
even dated yet.
don't question it. But she just kind of nods and holds a date and has no idea where to hold it to. She kind of tries to guide it to the illusion mouth, but that's not really where your mouth is, so it's kind of like a...
I will ask Valindra. All right. So are these the genies then? This or not?
They're trying to be hospitable as best they can, but the
Okay.
illusion really throws off how to please a person.
Okay, Victor.
Hmm.
These are not genies. They don't grant wishes.
Okay, so they're not the hookers then.
Oh, well,
Okay.
not all
No,
wishes.
no. They will do things that you ask them to do to make you feel
That's a
better.
genie.
No, genies have magic, and it's
Yep.
a whole other thing. Nope.
Mhm.
These are just
They sound pretty
just
magical.
lovely women. You know,
Yes.
Vic, if you, oh my God, it's okay. You,
Let's hear what Smokey has to say to his aunt. What are we talking about over tea? What's happening?
After you all have like a bit of refreshment and some of the glasses poured and passed out, she will look at you a bit more, going,
I
"Yes."
don't want to drink the tea. I want to pretend to drink the tea.
Oh, sure, that's fine. You can pretend. She's not really keen on watching you to see if
Okay.
you drink anything. She's just passing it out. But yeah, she kind of looks at Smokey and the rest of you, kind of trying to assess your strengths, but seeing, for the most part, I believe she won't be able to see past the illusion either. So it's hard for her to really get... No. It's hard for her to gauge exactly what you all are and how effective you might be. She can tell that there's some illusion magic going on when Smokey first greeted, but she's just kind of sitting there. So then tell me, when Barbie comes to inform you of the details you require, what then? Will you go and save your Nana first and then try to coax your brother and sister to follow along? Or will you go to the father immediately? I'm sure that having him right next to you might prove to be a bit more of a favorable token, should they wish to try and take your side.
I'm sure that's true, but I mean, and it's true that Barbie will be able to possibly give us a little bit of information on the castle,
The palace.
But I mean, I feel like it may be possible that we need to make a quick escape, as in like from the palace, run right back to someplace safe, which I predict to be Nana's. That I can start, because in order to teleport people, it takes time, and so we could just sort of bunker down the manor for however long we need, and then everyone can just get away from there. And I also think that Bahira and Arad also probably have possibly even more information on the palace than Barbie does.
And you want to take me, Dory, and Barbie with you?
I'm honestly very surprised that you guys haven't been questioned yet, being Nana's known friends.
Just because we know her doesn't mean we have all the insights about the Guardians. I'm not a Cindertongue, and I have no real foothold in the courts.
Insight check.
Sure, make an insight check.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to do that as well, specifically on the inside on the courts thing, because that sounds very strange to Rook.
I'm not paying attention to half of this conversation. As Victor. Just
Yeah, for
looking around
both
at
of
what's
you,
going on.
she seems to be pretty honest in the way that she boasts about some of the facts that she knows, but she's not really what you would call extremely open. She's not sharing everything she could with you, but she's certainly not lying.
Well, I mean, I know Dory would prefer like a different situation if she could get it, but I know that you and Barbie do pretty well for yourselves. And I mean, if you feel that you'd be safe here, I mean, I'm not going to make you leave or anything.
Dory, I can understand. She's been in service for most of her life, and she would rather probably find a better career if she could. Though, between you and me, she's not the brightest, and has a bit of a problem climbing the social ladder. I, on the other hand, have made myself a beautiful establishment, as she kind of gestures around, and I have earned most of my wealth through my own means, as you should know. Barbie, of course, was born with a bit of prestige. She has a bit of a place for her. I don't know if she would want to leave it, but perhaps she might. I'd have to talk to her, you might have to talk to her. But I'm sure your Nana would be doing better if she left. So, if you wish to take your Nana out, and any of us along with it, should we choose to go, where would you do this, what would you call it?
Teleportation.
Where would this teleportation occur?
I would imagine that it would, ideally, I would have a place set up in the Cindertongue Manor.
Well, all right.
Because it's closer to the palace. If we have to make a quick escape, we can just get to there as quickly as possible. I can defend it pretty well.
Well, if you think so, then I'll trust you and your planning, Smokey. You were always very bright. But the power and the amount of forces that the Blue Dragons have at their disposal, I just don't see 5, whatever you are, being able to handle this.
But we're not planning to face them head on at all.
Oh, well, then how do you plan on getting your father out?
Subterfuge and hopefully getting him out before anyone knows he's missing.
Well, that would certainly require some powerful skills. And your company here has that?
We've had one successful jailbreak before.
Oh, well then you have experience on your side. Well then, I suppose you know best. If you don't mind, I do have a few guests that I need to attend to. If you'll wait here, I will send a word to Barbie to join me for breakfast in the next few hours.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Can I, for the sake of just the speed of the role-playing aspect, can I use my channel divinity rather quickly instead of it takes about an hour?
For what?
Well, what Varkash wants to do is he wants to lean into the lady on his lap and he'll whisper something privately in her ear, which I will send to you momentarily. And he's going to take out 2 small diamonds worth 100 gold each and a couple of gold coins, and he's going to place them gently against their ears and use his channel divinity to create a diamond earrings. And then with what he whispers, he then wants to vacate the premises with her.
Nice.
Okay, make
It's been
a
a long campaign, guys.
make an Arcana check. These are very
I need my
small.
scratchings. I need
These
my
are
scratchings.
these are very
Shoot it at
small.
Arkesh.
So I want to see how well you can. Since you don't have enough time to be very thorough with your artisan crafting, just go ahead and make an Arcana check to see how effectively you can speed this up without it looking like blobs. 24. All right. So you definitely get what appears to be a nice gold band with some almost kind of like swirling patterns to it that the diamonds nestle in, allowing them to be very small and made very nicely, but they definitely can be presented within about maybe 5 minutes.
I whisper for 5 minutes during that time. Sweet draconic nothings in her blonde, lovely covered ears.
Sure, sure.
Awesome.
Swish!
So, yeah, and am I correct in thinking that you can get in contact with Dory as you need to if we need to get her over to the manor?
Oh, as long as she... Well, okay, if you plan on making sure that she leaves post-haste, I'm sure she won't feel the lash. But, it should be fine.
Yeah.
And before you go, I know you mentioned that you have never personally been within the Alabaster Palace, but have none of your girls been either?
She looks at you for a moment. Why would my girls go to the palace?
There are plenty of rich folk who would rather enjoy the comforts of one of your girls in their own home.
The Blue Dragons care not for us. Why would she wish to seek any pleasure from my girls? And the guards, they come out every time they wish to enjoy my establishment.
So there's no standing servant staff, or not really servant staff, come to think of it, more like a family or friends or emissaries to the Blue Dragons that would stay within the palace.
She has her guards. At most I
It's
know.
only her and the guards.
As far as I know. No one talks much about what's inside the palace. It's kept very secret. But the guards do
Yeah.
occasionally come and visit. From time to time.
I see.
Yeah, so are you a genie?
No.
Oh, alright. Sorry, just a random question. I thought you had an establishment full of genies. You grant wishes and make people happy.
Oh, okay.
I am a very capable woman to provide the wishes you seek within my establishment, but
So genie. Okay. No, that's
but
cool.
I don't
just
have
didn't
any
know.
magic at my disposal, as you would so require for those wishes.
I
She's
mean,
a
making,
djinn, at least.
yeah, making people happy is kind of like magic. So you make people happy, here he is.
I try to.
Yeah.
Would you like me to set someone up with you?
I've never, I was talking with my friends here, and they thought perhaps I did not know enough about things, and I thought maybe a genie could maybe teach me something, or I don't know if we have time for
Oh.
that now.
He
but...
is,
Oh,
he is,
you can join
he's
mine.
new to
Oh,
everything.
I see. Well, perhaps some education is in order.
Also, and I will minor illusion his true form. This is what we're actually dealing with under the illusion.
You
Hey, that's
fucker.
me! Hey!
Wait, who did you do
Interesting.
that to? Who did
No.
you reveal?
I revealed
Victor.
Victor.
Oh, thank fuck.
Oh, I
Well,
look good.
you...
Myself in a while. Very heroic.
Well, it's interesting to know that. I'll try to see if they can, push past your magic's
I
cover.
don't think he needs to go all the way, per se.
I don't know what that means.
I know just the girl.
Okay.
I have a question, sort of along the same lines as my friend Rook.
You would like a girl as well?
No, I don't want anyone. But is there someone who is perhaps one of the guards' favorites, particularly a chatty guard, someone that we could talk to, maybe learn some information secondhand?
Some of my girls have been occasionally chosen a few times by some of the favorites. I could always ask to see what they know. But recently, there haven't been any guard visits for the past few days.
Why? Is that unusual?
They tend to come usually once a week during the time that they're allowed off from the palace.
When are they usually allowed off?
It's usually near the end of the week.
What day is it now?
About 2-3 days away from the end of the week.
Damn it.
Oh, dang! Yeah, I said it.
Yes, it is. It is the hump day indeed.
Oh my god.
So she kind of nods a little bit as she goes to the lavender tiefling and whispers something quietly in her ear as she heads off to go and gather the appropriate girl for Victor. Varkash, of course, the other one seems to kind of nod a little bit, and she is still confused, but she smiles and is a little interested to see where this might go, and she will kind of stand up and put a hand for you to put it on to follow her.
I do not care about the illusion, and I just smother grip her hand. Not crushingly, but as Barkesh would do, and follows her.
She's very confused, but she will keep you walking with her as she's just trying to figure out how exactly big is this guy.
Before they leave,
She's gonna find out.
before they leave, I message her. He has a tail. Do not touch it.
It's been called many things.
She kind of stops, looks around, and goes, "Who? What?"
And Smokey could just wave.
Okay. Now she kind of looks back to see if she can see the tail. I'm just gonna give her another check to see if she can see past it. Nope.
Gently push her face back around and go, no. You'll find out sooner or later.
Wait, hey
God,
guys,
I'm so worried for this poor girl.
Full body cast. Full body cast.
God.
So,
where are they going? Where is Verkesh leading?
I
thought we
almost feel like I should follow them for the girl's safety.
What?
But I don't want to see
I
anything.
thought we
that's
were.
going to
Such
happen.
a-
I thought we
Such
were
a voyeur.
spying on. I thought we were spying on Palace. Where's Markesh going? Will he be
No.
back? Is he gone for a day? Or
He's going to blow off some steam, Victor. Don't worry about it.
Well, Victor, we're
Oh.
gonna wait. We're gonna wait for my other aunt. She's gonna have more information for us, but it's gonna be a few hours.
So she's gonna train with Markesh? That's how I always blow off steam. Or meditate.
Sort of.
Oh, cool.
Some ways.
Yeah,
There's
but
a lot
maybe
of
help?
for-
physical activity.
Is it like a
No.
one-on-one training, or do you like? Can you do?
it's more of a private thing.
Well, it depends on the person, really.
Oh, okay.
yeah. By the way, as this eventually transpires,
I almost said something so terrible right there, but I will not say it.
there is
will
another
not.
female that walks in through the doors. She seems to be dressed actually very reserved, cloak covering most of her body. She seems to be in a full black with just a little bit of her eyes showing, but the eyes themselves glow almost a pure gold. And you can see her looking around the room curiously, as you can see Edie nods and gestures towards the Aladdin-looking Victor. Take care of this one, but be warned, he is not what he appears to be. He's a little small and furry.
Will
She
this
looks
happen?
at her with a bit of a confusion, but then nods slowly as she walks over and stands there, waiting for you to join her.
Are we going to do combat training now too?
So-
Are we blowing off steam?
So, Victor, she is going to try and help you relax. If there's anything you like, feel free to tell her so. If there's anything you don't like, again, feel free to tell her so.
All right. Okay, cool. Genie. All right. Follow the genie. I will follow the genie. Never met a genie before.
So
This is a great day.
she's
Still
going.
haven't, but okay.
Not even breakfast yet, right? It's not even.
God, you're a
noon.
dog.
We're on vacation, it's fine.
So
Vacation.
bringing you along to another room, to your own pleasure center, as it were. The rest of the party, I'm assuming, will be remaining in this little nook of a bedroom, waiting for the party to finish up and for Barbie to return.
Can I try to scry on my aunt while we wait?
No, thank you for the follow, brave traveler. And yes, you can try to scry on your aunt if you'd like.
All right, come on, shitty roll.
I've been rolling real shitty, so I think it's a very likely possibility.
Continue.
So yeah, she only has a +2.
What is she doing?
Okay, so at 6 or 7ish in the morning, you
having
see what
breakfast.
appears to be a very heavily sleeping aunt who has the sheets scattered around her. She's got a very heavy kind of sleep going on. Not the most healthy, what you would call slumber going in there. She seems to be slightly, perhaps, maybe very deep. You can tell around the room she's got what appears to be a few empty goblets and some jugs that might have been drained of a few spirits recently. She seems to be lost in some kind of drunken sleep. There is one other thing, though, in the room that you can see. In the corner, there is a drunken dwarf. Also passed out and quite heavily under the influence of the alcohol, leaving him in a very much unconscious state.
Is it a familiar dwarf?
Oh, it is a very familiar dwarf.
Oh my god! Felindra is going to, upon seeing that, quickly pass the globe back to Smokey and be like, "You should take that. You should take that."
Is everything okay?
No, everything is not okay.
Oh.
One problem at a time, though. One problem at a time.
Are you sure you don't want some company to help you relax?
No, I don't know. No.
Yeah, I could at least give you a massage. I mean, Edie's
No.
taught me a few
Victor
things.
seems quite taken with them.
Smokey has a very good grasp about the basics when it comes to the massage skill.
No, I need to. Do you have people that you like? Can I fight someone? Like,
They're
This-
called genies.
There is no fighting here.
I didn't think so. That's really all I need, though. I just need to like
Blow off some steam.
bag.
Get a genie.
Perhaps you would
something.
enjoy some wrestling, as it were.
That's not exactly.
Jello pit. Jello pit.
I more just want.
Tire herself out.
Yes.
Well, we can certainly tire you out.
Heyo.
Not that way. Nope.
Well, if you change your mind,
I'm just gonna go. Are there like sitting areas, right? So there's like pillows and stuff.
The entire floor actually is covered in carpets and cushions. You can see that there's very little what you would call furniture. The bed itself is the only thing that is actually made of some kind of what looks to be almost like a dried wicker reed, and then it has what appears to be cushions and other things laden around it.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. She's just gonna go to the pillows and then just like flop her face into the pillows and start screaming.
My confidence in your friends is slowly growing less by the minute.
I think I don't know what's going on with her actually, but I'm kind of how is Victor? I thought all the rooms were soundproofed.
Well, that's a question of where. By the way, thank you for the follow, Daddy Stan. 6969, appropriate for what's going on. So, I would just like, for the moment, while this conversation is going on, could I please get Varkesh to make a performance check? And for Victor...
Amazing.
Victor, can you make one with disadvantage, please?
Sure.
God.
Hey, I sent you a message in Discord real quick, AJ. If you want to
Did
take a
you?
gander
Yes,
at that
alright,
real
I'll
quick.
take a look.
Just 14
Oh,
seconds.
okay.
Just look at that.
Not that bad.
For having a +1.
I know, right? I was expecting like a nat one. It's like laughter coming from nowhere. Like, oh no! It's never done that before, I swear.
Alright, yep, that's fine. But still go ahead and do your performance check for me.
Okay, just to kind of see who wins, kind of thing.
It's a little bit of something else.
Like,
Wait,
yes, that makes
we
sense?
sharing the
Okay.
same girl or something?
No.
Nope.
No, not
This
gonna
is
lie.
something else,
Performance?
basically.
Performance, you say? Okay. Yeah.
Disadvantage.
Okay. Oh crap. Okay. Where'd the button go? There it is. Hiya!
13. Alright.
I'll go with it. We'll see what happens.
Okay,
Sounds fun.
so for the rest of the party, you have no exact idea as to what is transpiring, but for the most part, even though you ask, aren't the walls soundproof, you do kind of sometimes occasionally hear sounds of giggling and laughter, you know, the normal sounds, but when you say that particular phrase, there is a bit more of a louder kind of thumping going on, and you're just kind of turning to the side, listening and hearing this kind of heavy, what you would call, impact going on. You're not entirely sure exactly where it's coming from, but you can just suddenly tell that there's some vigorous activity going somewhere.
Yeah,
And that was Varkesh's room.
Oh, you don't know. It just sounds like it's
Okay,
coming from
okay.
somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
Smokey will walk over to Rook. By the way, Rook, when we were in looking through Varkesh's, loot belly, you picked up a dagger, didn't you?
Not a dagger. I did pick up a blade, though.
It wasn't a dagger? I thought I wrote down dagger.
It was just a jeweled sword.
Ah, damn it. Who has the dagger? I thought...
The jeweled one?
Yeah.
I'll help you out. I have it.
Okay. Well, because the thing is, I need that for a spell that I'm working on, but if you don't have it, I mean, I thought I saw someone had it. I guess I thought it was you.
I believe I recall.
Rook,
No, I don't think it would have set that down to be looked at.
with your
Oh,
passive
it's-
perception, you notice that there's a bit of a ruckus going on outside. And you can see through what appears to be these very closed windows, almost kind of like with that intricate pattern of lacework that goes across it to let just a bare amount of light in. You can just see that there seems to be a few people stopping in front of the shop and looking up at the certain window. And you can see just to the side that there's a little bit of some kind of...
What?
Looks
There's
like
something
sparks.
going on outside.
Smokey
And
rushes to the window and peeks through the blinds or curtains, whatever they are.
They're like whole.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
that classic. The window has what appears to be little decorative like lacework of like light coming in through like those kind of like floral
Mm-hmm.
kind of looks.
Mhm.
So you can just see a little bit outside without really seeing too much in, but you can see a window just to the side, just kind of going. Little electricity zaps are zapping out.
My stage name was the car battery in a previous life.
Oh.
Well, that's not good. Can we
Smokey's-
stop? Should we stop? How?
Yeah. Smokey waves, and we just leave Valindra face down on.
Oh no, she did that for about 5 seconds, and then she sat back up, and she's just like,
Okay. Do you want to, Valindra? We may be interrupting Varkesh's fun time. Do you want to come with or stay?
"Yeah, I'll come break the door down."
Are you fuckers really going to barge in mid-session?
We're gonna. So we're as I walk down, I just whisper. So we're just gonna.
Join in or close the door.
We're just gonna see if everything's. Well, not see. We're gonna listen. Rook is gonna listen to see if everything's okay and if there's
Yes.
any danger that is imminent for either party.
Can we just tell them to stop it with the sparks? I think that would be good enough.
I mean, I don't know. Just listen. What's happening?
Okay, well you go down the hall. Go ahead and make an investigation check to find the room.
Here comes the thunder.
This is the weirdest thing.
Oh shit!
Oh, Smokey, you're able to really easily not only find it immediately, but as you get close.
of light under the door.
Yeah, Varkesh, just roll a
And hear
100.
that.
Roll a percentile dice for me, real quick.
Oh, okay. Shit. Okay.
This is how far in you?
Wow, Kyle.
Wow, Kyle.
No, I meant like how far through in your session you are. What percentage of
Just begun.
a quarter of the way.
Yeah, you can hear what appears to be the sounds, the heavy thumping noise, as well as maybe perhaps like that little bit of like.
600 pounds of fun.
Do I hear anything like
Make a perception check if you want to put your ear against the door.
Wow.
I just wanted some sex. You guys are a bunch of freaks.
Yes, you with your little voyeur ears are hearing quite a few sounds coming in there, and they're not bad sounds. They're certainly what you would call the most common sounds in this kind of establishment.
Okay. Nope, we're good. And just like
Look at me. Keep looking. Keep looking. Keep looking.
Don't
Keep
kink
looking.
shame, Scott. Damn.
If anyone else wishes to be a little voyeur, you may if you wish, but at the
Smokey
moment...
grabs Valindra's hand and Rook's hand, and he is pulling them back to where they were.
Oh, thank God, I don't have to listen.
okay.
All right, okay. So, what was the purpose of that? Because we didn't stop the sparking. That's still happening.
I heard her, right? She's conscious.
Oh yeah, she's conscious. Very
That's all I
conscious.
need. That's all I
Should
need.
we like stop
Taser.
the
Taser.
sparks?
Taser.
I just wanted to make sure he didn't over-exert her.
No. He's
Wow.
very careful, what it seems, with what appears to be his
Am I?
Well, that's what your performance is how well can you maintain your
Control.
actual control. So, for the most part, the lightning hasn't gone too crazy, but there is some kind of electrostimulation occurring at the moment.
Wow. Okay.
So Valindra, about that
That's kinda cool.
Gollum book.
Yeah, it's interesting and heavy.
Why don't you pull it out?
Okay.
This is the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
The golem book.
Just as this is going on, by the way, Victor, go ahead and just make a performance check now, flat, and
Okay.
Varkesh, make one with disadvantage.
Oh god.
I'm not even halfway through yet.
Oh, we're
Well,
kind of
give
getting
a
things
Give
we're
a
getting
guy
things
a-
set
give a
up.
guy a
We're getting them
chance.
set up.
Jeez.
Okay.
Look at me. Look at me go.
Jeez.
This kitty's got claws.
Great.
I'm
Okay.
so
Perfect. All right. So
uncomfortable right now.
the rest of
She
you
bit
return.
on the wrong ear. She bit on the wrong ear.
The rest of you return
Oh.
to the room, not having to worry about anything as you try to focus on reading or any other activity. Edie is going back downstairs to deal with the rest of the guests that might be coming in. She knows that this is the time when the rich clientele come in, typically the Fire Ganassi. They're the ones who walk around during the day. At night, it's usually the slaves. This is when most of the people who are a bit more of the working class and those who can't handle the heat as well tend to go during the dusks and dawns. Now, as this moment of you just kind of waiting for a moment, there's a tiny, tiny little surprise as the sounds get a little harder, but then the thing that actually is a bit more shocking is that there's a tiny, not as loud, but there is certainly what appears to be a slight moment of release that you can hear that comes from the other side. With the 7, you weren't able to kind of hold that in check. So it kind of came off a little bit too loud. And if you looked outside the window, you might have seen a few extra bits of zaps that had kind of broke apart some things.
Jesus.
So Edie immediately is coming upstairs trying to figure out what the hell is happening. And of course, in this particular situation...
There's a strong weather front approaching.
In this particular situation, after a few moments have gone by, you see her kind of walking away with what appears to be the girl that was with Varkesh. Her hair kind of really far spread out, electric kind of poof, afro going on. And so
Wow.
she seems to be a little shocked in many ways.
Walk out with a cigarette.
Well done.
And welcome.
But yeah,
There's so many puns going on right now. It's great.
Varkesh seems to have
Relax.
satisfied himself and now has what appears to be a rather just shocked little woman. Now, for the most part, this is just not something to worry about, but for you, Rook, considering that you saw this and you look down, you can see that the passerbys have begun to stop and stare and gossip a little bit, and there's some talk and a few people moving about. They're a little concerned. For you, Victor, your night has been your morning has been very educational. For the most part, the performance that she seemed to have done for you was to show you specific points along the body that provide stimulation, going from head to toe as she shows you where to go, by demonstrating on you, as well as you demonstrating on her, giving an idea for not only how to feel and what it feels like to stimulate this, but to also enjoy it as well. It's a moment that seems to be a bit more zen and calm and collected. But there is a moment when you feel like it could go further, but she won't press you anymore unless you feel yourself ready to take the next leap, as she kind of coerces you down that path, but will never force you. And your little virgin body.
This is the worst session.
No, I mean that's kind of great. I will take my stimulation session as okay. All right, cool. Yeah, and I'll show her a thing or two. I got my little capsules
Oh God!
for making bread. My little massages, right? You said we're going back and forth, right? Just kind of exchanging information, kind of thing.
This is my nightmare.
Kayla has Moo left the room.
Good,
Wow.
except now you need to cover his little kitty ears.
Does she still have a cloak on? All I can see is her eyes the whole time, or
Well, at the moment, because you didn't want to go any further, she was keeping it very reserved, but if you wish to go further, she will continue down that road and you'll find a bit more information.
I think the key thing here would be to say, does she say anything about going further, or is this just all?
She does. She's talking to you the whole time. She's kind of showing you and giving you these kind of moments of if you feel comfortable.
All right. I don't know what that means, but this is great so far. Yes, please show me more.
All right, so then,
I
yeah.
just want to know if she said it or not. That's all.
Sure, she definitely will now take you all the way down as you go into the final phases. You would see that she is going to then she didn't want to necessarily provoke you in a way that was kind of overbearing, but you can see that when she removes what she had on her, she is actually a tabaxi.
Oh, snap!
She seems to have had what appears to be a very scant amount of anything underneath it. She's trying her best not to overheat in this weather, and you can see that for the most part, she just wears what appear to be jewelry on her. The rest is just nothing at this point. But she is basically ready to continue, as you have another good time spending it there, while Varkesh has probably returned to the party, returned to normal as well, I'm sure.
I just go up to Valindra, Smokey, and Brooke and be like, "You guys can't tell, but my tail is wagging something fierce right about now." And I go and sit down.
Try to keep that under wraps when we're out walking around.
By the way, Rook, since you are very keen in your observations, you notice that there are a few interesting sights coming down the road. Not too far away, you can just see with the glimpse outside the window what appears to be a phalanx of guards, all dressed in very fine outfits, moving down what appears to be in a good marching order with an individual in the center, being protected from the common masses.
We should likely make ourselves scarce. There's a lot of pomp and circumstance going, and that blast from Varkesh was very well noticed. I think they've sent someone to check this out.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go.
We need to get Victor.
Yep.
He's busy.
Well, he's gonna get less busy. And Smokey just runs over and comes to the door with Victor and just...
Hold on! Wait, I don't know what's going on right now!
Victor, percentile die.
Oh, God!
God.
Sure. I don't know what's happening!
You definitely have a moment where you could just stop yourself in the mid-throw.
Oh, gosh. Kitty blue balls, huh? Alright.
Victor, there are guards coming. We need to leave now.
If you handle it by yourself, or I don't know what's happening!
We're not gonna handle them at all. We're going to run.
Oh, my God.
I feel like I should make a roll for this, DM. What should I roll for this? Whether or not I'm
Will
gonna stay or
save?
not.
For
Like a con save or
what?
something.
What exactly is just conflicting you at this point?
Whether or not I'm staying or going.
Okay, this would probably be this is an intelligence saving throw, probably.
Sure.
Intelligence saving throw.
This is gonna go great.
Really?
Okay, so yeah, if you don't want to re-roll that,
I feel like that means I
Okay.
stay, right?
it means that you think you have enough time to do what you need to do before you have to leave.
I will catch up. Just tell me where you're going. I think I'm almost done. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm just yelling at the top of my lungs.
Know where he is. Okay, you three, you guys don't know where you are either.
Have your room, and your aunt can say that we're busy.
That's true. He's not in the room where
Not the room that
lightning came
Varkesh was in earlier.
Not
Any
the room Varkesh
except
was
the-
from. Right. Well,
Bit
we were in the
messy.
room where Varkesh was in earlier, so yeah, we can go back to where we were, and yeah. Okay.
Not the Varkesh room.
Brooke, why don't you stay here and watch over Victor's room invisibly, and the three of us will go back to where we were.
I can do that, and I will use my action to turn invisible with Marion.
And break.
Sure. So the three of you return back to the room you were in, as the guards have now completely surrounded the entrance, preventing anyone else from coming in, as a few go inside along with this one individual, making their way to the center.
What is this individual?
So, staying in your rooms as you make this decision, Edie seems to be preoccupied, and you can hear some things downstairs. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on, but
Eventually, can you
eventually...
send Winnie to look and see what's happening?
Try. He's not very stealthy. Sometimes. Because of dice. He's not good in dicey situations. Let's just say
Heyo.
that.
This is also the environment that Finnick foxes make the most sense in, though, so it's okay.
The desert.
Sure, do you want to send Winnie? Or Twinny?
Winnie the Two?
Love it.
I will send Winnie.
Okay, so make a stealth check
Per
for...
Smokey's request.
Sure. Make a stealth check for Twinny.
Oh god. Oh, 15, not bad. He gets like a +2 or 3.
Okay, a +2 or 3, one of those. Yep, alright. Okay. So, as the conversation downstairs is a little hard to hear, you send Winnie down in hopes to maybe try to get some more information. As he approaches close to the stairs, some words first come into his ears, and you can see that there is some kind of activity going on as many of the patrons are being forced out of the bar, or out of the local area in the center where there seems to be the relaxing place for hookahs and other kind of more public displays of enjoyment. But
hookahs.
you can see, though, that there's a bit of confusion as many of the girls are being pushed to the side, and there appears to be a female standing there in the center with what looks to have blue markings around the sides of her face, almost as if they were tattooed in a very intricate design. Her hair is moved back in almost a silver-like sheen, and she seems to have eyes that are a piercing sapphire blue. She looks around and is very... it's hard to tell, calculated, or perhaps even a bit more analytical.
She heard the thunder. I'm sorry,
Is
guys.
she human, elf, genasi?
She looks to be human in some design, but her features are a little too exquisite, too beautiful.
Oh my god, she's an ASMR.
Oh no, dragon. It's my bet.
Dragon!
You can see that she, as she's waiting and listening to the guards trying to interrogate Edie a little bit as to the current situation, she immediately looks over to the stairs and sees Twinny standing there. And she locks eyes with the actual familiar.
He's going to run over to a little pile of pillows in the corner and like jump in and start playing in them. Just being a cute little fox.
Alright. As the fox tries to do that, she immediately looks over to Edie and goes, "Whose is that?"
Oh, fuck.
Edie seems to be a little confused. I truly don't know, Your Grace. Your ladyship, your magnificence. Perhaps it is a wild creature. She seems to be a bit more peeved at this. Clearly, you do not recall that I have keen senses and can detect magic from quite a distance. And that creature is nothing but magic.
I will have him run out into the street.
Just poof him.
I'm gonna have it because I have a shadow and he's gonna disappear into a shadow and it's gonna come straight to me. So he's gonna run out into the street and try to hide.
Okay. Yeah, he can go out and try to hide for the most part, but you can see that she has no interest in him as she looks back up the stairs. Tell me, do you have some unexpected guests upstairs?
I'm gonna turn Smokey. Smokey, we gotta go.
Oh, okay. I will like crack the door open. So can I see Rook, or like can I know where Rook is? Kind of. I want to message him.
No, he's invisible.
I message in his direction because I don't need to see him.
Yep.
I just have to be within 120 feet of him.
Yep.
And I say, Flinger says that there is someone here who knows that we're here. We need to leave. Take Victor and fly away.
Oh dear, okay, I can do that. Sorry, Victor, coming in. And I open the door.
Alright, an invisible door opens
What
as
the
you...
hell?
I mean, it swings open. There's no one there.
Victor, we need to go now. I'm going to grab you. Do not freak out. Do you have anything I need to grab first? Hurry.
I'm
Yes.
super naked right now, but
Get
not
your
happening.
clothes on, otherwise you'll be a very interesting exhibit very shortly.
How far along are we, DM?
Didn't think we had to go there. You can just roll a percentile die and add it to the original roll.
Almost.
You don't think that's important? That's super important, DM. I'm lower than where I was before. Oh, add it to
You
it.
added to the other ones.
51.
Yeah, 51. You're halfway
We're
there.
halfway there.
Yep, so
Living on a
it's
prayer.
it's certainly not quite enough to be thinking that you're ready, but you are kind of now being grabbed by invisible hands.
And
No,
meanwhile,
no, this is too much fun in here.
I
Why
will-
have we not gone
I
to
grab
jeans before?
Victor's clothing, I wrap him up in it very roughly, and pull him away.
Okay, I mean, if Victor contests, he can, but I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to contest.
boy.
This is
Sure.
awesome.
All right. Athletics from Rook and acrobatics or athletics
Not
from
good,
Victor.
please.
Sweet.
Okay. That's about as well as I had expected that to go.
Just
so
barely.
close. Yeah, I mean, he's still keeping out of your grip for the most part, and she's a little confused, but she's also kind of pulling away and not sure exactly what's going on, so she's kind
Come
of
on,
like...
man, you're freaking her out. I'm trying to do things in here. Get.
Dragon downstairs, no time.
Wait, what?
Okay, alright, okay, you could waste this time. We can risk our lives further. There's a dragon downstairs come to investigate the lightning from Varkesh earlier. Now we may or may not be captured and murdered horribly. We need to leave.
What's this chick's name? Did I get her name yet? On the spot, AJ.
Sadine.
Sadine?
Sadine.
Sadine, you are the best genie I have ever met. Apparently I have to go. Do you want to come with us? Your life might be in danger. You should probably come with us.
Satine, you're fine. Ignore
How do you know they're here for us? I'm very confused now. I'm looking back and forth between Rook, well, wherever Rook is. His voice
The
is over there.
disembodied voice, yeah, it's a very odd scene, but for the moment
How do
she
you know they're
seems
here
to
for us?
she seems to not really want to probably go along with you. She's kind of like staying away.
Her life could be in danger. Your life could be in danger. This is not good.
And with this delay of trying to get
Yep,
Victor
perfect.
out, what is happening exactly for you, Smokey, Varkesh, and Valindra? Because right now we have a
This is
few
so
people
great.
about to head up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Varkesh, if you want to get into the workshop, Valinter and I can just pop wherever we need to go.
Yep. Then I just ginger snaps
Okay.
okay.
into the
Smokey, don't even waste a spell slot. I can pop us both.
Yeah, I point her in the direction of the red market in like an alleyway.
Alright.
Okay, make an intelligence check, Valindra.
Oh, God.
With advantage, I'm helping her.
Well, you point in the right direction, but you tell her how many feet. Yeah, you can give her advantage.
Oh, my God.
Is there like a window in here? Or is this all closed off?
There are
from the
windows in
world
every
kinda-
bedroom.
All right. Good to know.
Oh,
Is it
God, I'm
o-
going to
is
use
it open?
inspiration die.
Is the window like open or
Ah!
like, closed? Oh wow, even better.
We're going in a wall.
Okay,
Going in a
yes.
wall.
There's there's going to be a bit of a random ball in that one.
dear.
So yeah, you find that instead. So you grab onto Smokey
Thanks.
and you dimension door towards the red market. Sadly, you miscalculate, and instead of arriving into the center of the market, you arrive in what appears to be another vendor's shop inside a building. As you crash in there a little bit, with the force pushing you out as you arrive in what appears to be some kind of pottery store. Some of them
Horse.
crashing a little
Awesome.
bit as you can
Is
hear
the-
this kind of surprise. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Fuck. We gotta go. Where do we go, Smokey?
I reach in to my pouch and I pull out 20 gold and I put it on the counter. Sorry about that. And
Oh
we are
dear.
just
Okay. All right,
You
you
have
go.
to
You
break
go.
apart
You're gone.
deliberately
You drop
now.
20 gold and you're gone.
Yep.
Yep. Sure. Out you go. All right. The room is being investigated first to see what's going on. Victor, Rook, one last round. What do you do?
This is my first experience with a woman before. I did not
And
know
it's
what this meant.
over.
Wherever I will catch up to you in a minute. I'm almost done here. I
No,
think.
you will not. If you stay, you will be imprisoned. Let's go.
You go. I can take care of myself.
You will die a happy man. Oh, the look of contempt on Cody's face is legit.
If you didn't give me these boots, I would be leaving right now. I am asking as a favor from your friend that you trust me. This is important.
Damn it, Kyle!
What?
Stop!
You're playing the role, not the dice.
I'm playing what my character would do, I think. In terms of, I'm getting laid. What is wrong with you people?
It can't be that good!
It can't be that
You've never had
good.
a genie before.
And the boots
She's a
already ruined.
tabaxi wearing nothing but jewelry. I'm having a great time right now. Jail is not on my mind. No, I have to stay. I have to finish this. This is the last of my training. Dude, Victor doesn't want to leave. You cock blocking me, you bird.
Okay.
I'll be right behind you.
That's what she said.
This is an escalation. I gotta do it. I shoot Victor with a paralyzing bolt.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right.
It is my last paralytic bolt. I'm making this happen.
Can
Okay.
I dodge it?
Well, let's see. Well, let's see if he
has
can hit you.
advantage.
And you have deflect missiles, so let's see what happens.
Cool.
I have advantage.
You do. You do.
Cool.
And will apply a sneak attack, so I don't think he's gonna be able to do anything about it.
Oh,
He's not able to do anything about it.
oh God! You said
Wow.
you're doing sneak attack. All right.
I did. I declared that. It has to happen now.
All right.
God.
So, Jesus.
Jesus.
Okay, so
I
that's.
guess I'll just die then.
63 points of damage.
I think you're still
Holy
up.
fuck.
But make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
The DC
Okay.
is only 15. But
I
still.
know it's not too high, but.
So his con's probably not great. Damn it!
Oh.
Damn it!
I'm dead.
Okay,
Shoot
there's a
me randomly.
terrible pain in the back of your body as you can feel a bolt lodge right into where maybe your kidney might have been.
What the shit?
Rook
How much
appears.
is that total? Hold on.
And
I
Rook
have to kill
appears.
myself quick.
That's 63 damage.
63 minus 7. 56?
Oh yeah,
56,
yeah,
yes.
with your deflect missiles.
God damn it. Well, I can't deflect missile if I have to catch it
But
to
you'd
do
have to
anything.
see it, I think, to
Yeah.
be able
Oh,
to
yeah,
deflect
that's
it.
what we'll see.
56. 63. Alright. Jesus. I think I did that right.
Yeah, well, at this point,
actually be this.
as the impact of the bolt goes in and Rook has returned back to the plane of reality, there is an individual that walks in front of the door.
Fuck!
And she seems to stare at the scene of a Kenku, a small tabaxi. Well, actually, no, she doesn't see Kenku. She sees what appears to be a Ganassi, a second Ganassi, and a tabaxi. But then her eyes peer very intently. She can see that there's a magical aura around you and tries to look past
Still.
the illusion.
Fail.
Let's see, so she has a +5 to this
She's a
one.
freaking ancient dragon.
Hold on,
so
hold
I
on.
Fail.
I need to know, hold on, I gotta add the actual modifier.
Rook just shot me.
You did this!
I just got shot.
You did this!
Alright, so this is...
It's like the ultimate cock block. Come on, we gotta go!
Alright, she gets
Jesus.
a +4 to it, actually, so that's
Oh.
16. She can't see
Not
past
enough.
the illusion, but she knows there's an illusion there. She detects the magic, but she looks at it and goes, "Who are you?"
I'm gone. I'm going out the window. Boots are flying. It's happening.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check. These are not glass windows.
Fuck.
It just bounces back.
I was asking
Like
to see if
an
the windows were
actual
open or
bird.
not.
The windows are not open. The windows are just kind of little planks that are blocking the openings. Oh, okay.
There you go.
With a natural 20, as you're just gonna yeet. Yeah, you yeet through the wood as it breaks apart. You can see most of it just kind of sprays away. It was made of a thin wicker, not enough to basically kind of really keep too much at bay as you burst out and start flying away with your winged boots. Victor, I'm guessing is left behind. Are you grabbing Victor?
Are you finishing
He's
the
been
job?
entirely unwilling to come along. There's nothing else I can do at this point. I'm gone.
So
Okay.
now the dragon's in my door.
There's a very
Yep.
fine-looking female with blondish
her
kind of
in.
silver hair and blue tattoo markings across her face on the side. Very intricate.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm from a far off distant place. I came here to talk to hookers or genies. I don't know what difference is, but first timer here, and I don't know, some guy just shot me with an arrow and then bolted out the window. Did you see that? That was crazy.
I love this episode.
Okay, go and just
Yeah, that's deception all day long.
sure, yeah, go, make a deception. I mean, it's, most of what you're saying is true, but
Yeah, some dude just shot me with an arrow. Yeah, look at
all
that.
right. She just starts to listen to your story for a brief amount of time.
Did I do something wrong? I mean, I was just here for pleasures, I guess.
I don't recognize you. What is your family name?
Do you want like my last name or first name or?
Your family name.
Well, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not from around here.
I
I'm
gathered
from
that. You
faraway
must have come
places.
in from the Lumafan Trading Company. What is your family name?
I'm not. So my first name or my last name? I don't know. Understand what you're saying. And I will grab my shit and run out the window.
Okay.
Shit, I'm just trying to distract for 5 seconds so you grab my shit. And run.
Okay. I'll give you advantage on your initiative to see if you can get it out in time, because she is going to try and do her own version of that as well.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Ooh.
She has a
Pretty good.
15. You get advantage,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
I
you're
do?
going
It's
first.
21.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't have a +5 to her dex.
Oh, no, I thought, for some reason I thought he didn't add the modifier, so he's 16.
Yes. So yeah, you do get to go first as you suddenly book it outside,
Yeah,
moving
I
as
will grab
fast
all my
as you can.
shit. If I have enough time to kiss Sadine on the cheek, I will. But if not, I'm gonna grab my shit and go.
Okay.
Do.
Yeah, the most of your shit was gathered up by Rook. I'm not sure if he took it with him, but
Oh, dropped it.
dropped it. Okay, all right. So yeah, you're just quickly pile it up. You're kind of still naked, but you go out
Yeah,
the way.
nakedly running out
Yeah,
the window.
as you
Yep.
go out the window. With a monk, thankfully, you're able to move across surfaces. Go ahead and make acrobatics checks for me as
And
you
feline
leap
agility,
out.
man. All of it, DM. Feline agility.
Yeah, oh
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit.
You're
You're
going
200
far.
plus feet away.
But let's see
Alright,
how
acrobatics?
acrobatic
Plus
you
on that
are.
bonus action, freedom of movement, you know.
All right, you're able to move very quickly and easily. As a monk, you have
I
no
will
trouble
even spend
taking
a key
falls.
point to double that.
Okay.
Again, just all of it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
bonus
Step of the
action.
wind. Step of the wind. All right.
That's the one.
Not only are you able to get over it, but not only that, you can jump across what appears to be a large distance as you're able to make it to the roof of a nearby building and start to skirt across the top as you leap across, getting a good distance away from the establishment as you try to book it off to the distance. You move very, very far away, and she gets right to the window, trying to see if she can find out where you go. So she's going to start looking around. Just make a general stealth check for me as you probably duck down. We're going to see if she can spot where you duck away.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll hide if I feel like I got a good 6 seconds of distance here.
Yeah. I'm figuring you're going to duck down at that point. Ooh. Oh, hold on.
Some straight
hold
Aladdin
on.
shit. I'm just all up in this
Hold on.
agrabah.
She gets a high perception modifier, but I don't think it beats that. Her perception is +12. Does not
Enough.
beat it. Not enough.
Wow.
Just by 2. She loses sight of you as you get away, and she looks peering around and gets a little flustered and goes back inside and going to handle the situation that has now been brought upon her Oasis. So the party's split.
I will put my clothes back on awkwardly, even though it looks like I still have clothes on, which is weird. But
Yeah, for you. I mean, you're naked, but the rest of the party, the rest of the world just sees this Fire Ganassi leaping across with this Aladdin vest and white pants. So
sweet, sweet. Now I am lost.
the illusions
Cool.
certainly provide interesting effects.
Which way did I go, DM? From the window.
So
I mean,
you
you
went
could-
first straight out to the bottom south west, and then you started to leap across those buildings.
So like this direction?
So you were, yeah, you went down over here
Uh-huh.
and ducked and jumped down in that location.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, you are by
what
yourself.
do you guys do? Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Smokey, Valindra, and Varkesh immediately are leaving. Of course, Varkesh stuck inside the forge, giving him some safety, as the other pair immediately leave and walk out into the red market. Now itself, it's pretty interesting. You can see that there's quite a few people moving about, and a lot of the stands have been set up with this very interesting red and white tape, kind of draped covering that goes across most of the square. And you can see for the first time in this location a variety of plants. This seems to have been almost cultured and cultivated to actually grow somewhere in little designated spots. But as you make your way around the market, you can see a few vendors calling out for some of them to buy some of their fruits and their wares. A few Ganassi are moving around. Luckily for you, you blend in with the crowd with the seeming illusion. No one really questions you as you make your way quickly across. Where do you wish to go?
The only place, which is like whispering to her, the only place everyone else knows is Dory's place with the Luma fans. I think that's the only place they know. I don't think they're going to stay there. So I think we should try and meet up there. And if not, I'll cast Ascending to them.
Good. Okay. Lead the way, because I don't remember it.
Yeah. I look around to see if we're being noticed or tailed or anything like that.
No one is tailing you or following you. The shopkeep seems to have been distracted enough by the coins you dropped on the table that no one's coming out of the shop that you emerged from. But you feel like most people are ignoring you because you're kind of doing a speed walk, but not really anyone cares to notice that as much.
Yeah, I will just try and slow our pace a little bit and just stroll towards the Lumafant Trading Company.
Sure. You make your way back to the Lumafant Trading Company post as you move as quietly and as calmly as possible. Rook, I'm assuming once you emerged out, you would immediately turn invisible again?
Good assumption, yes.
All right. So only for a brief moment would you have emerged and then disappeared once more after 6 seconds. A few individuals might have seen what appears to be a person leaping out from the building and then suddenly vanishing. But for the moment, you are flying in the desert air. The hot sun is starting to beat down on you, and though you may have an illusion, it does not cover the black wings that seem to soak the heat. You are feeling this intense air that seems to surround you, and you start to feel to the point that if you stay out too far in these elements, you might take some exhaustions.
Icarus.
Definitely well, I have fire resistance from my Infernal Heritage.
You do, but this is not about damage. This is more like your water is being pulled from your body. It's like this sudden dehydration that you're feeling.
Okay.
Exhaustion.
Yeah. So I want to go just high enough to get a sight on the Lumafant Trading Company, since it's where I've been before, and then dip back down and head back that way.
Sure, you can easily fly straight towards that location without a problem. Victor, alone, naked, but slowly putting on clothes, trying to be as quiet as you can. With a stealth check of 29, you're able to duck down behind a few large jars, allowing you to have enough cover to not have anyone really pry on you and see this bizarre illusion of putting on clothing that disappears beneath it.
So after I put my stuff back on, I will just try to... We know what direction the market is? Or we came, hold on.
Yeah,
we came from up here, right?
Yeah.
And didn't we come through the
You
red
did.
market to get down?
You did.
I will just go like, I really don't know where the hell I am. So I'm here.
Yeah. Make a survival
I'm
check
just-
if you want to retrace your steps.
I'm just gonna try to make my way towards the red market. That's the only thing I really know in the city, right? For the most
Well,
part.
you wouldn't know it's called the Red Market, but you know you passed an area, like
we
a
went
large...
through the marketplace.
Yeah, you went through
Right.
it. You recall that as like a...
When we saw the city from up above, that's where all the lights were in the middle.
When you saw the entire city, yeah, the whole place is completely covered with those lanterns.
All right, cool. Yeah, I will just
Sure, make a survival
walk
check.
around. I will walk around aimlessly. I have no magic to try to contact anyone or anything. 17.
All right, you're easily able to make your way back, and as you progress back to the Lumafant Trading Company, you're able to see a little bit more of the city itself. You can see that a few of the denizens that are now moving about are the Ganassi, but you can also notice that for this time, any that follow along with them seem to be either collared or some way restrained. You can see now that the influence of slave trading is still very prominent here. Many of the other races that are not Ganassi seem to be subservient and work for them, as they seem to carry loads and bundles. They also seem to hike those, I can't remember what those, human carriages. The paravents? No, I think I'm thinking of a P, but you know the ones. So it's like the Ganassi are even draped in these elegant veiled covered carriages that are being carried by their servants, moving around. Many of them are still having to bear with this horrible heat, and it's not something that many can even handle that well, even after living here for a time. For the most part, you can tell that even though the city has splendor and wonder to it, fortunately for you, because you look like a Ganassi, you seem to not be bothered by any of the other individuals, as the rest of the slaves who wander without a chaperone or a master seem to have some kind of punishment awaiting them. Many are very subservient, and the town itself looks to have a more kind of what you would call collective suppression, where they all seem to try and do their best not to be noticed by anyone, not going out of their way to help anyone, and trying their best to do whatever they came to do without ever interacting with anyone else. It's very bizarre and quiet and odd. Very different from all the cities you've been before, but as you take this in, you arrive at the Lumafant Trading Company, as you can see what appears to be the house that Dory lived in. Smokey, Valindra, and Varkesh arriving first. Palanquin, that's right, yes. As you arrive first, you can see that Dory is inside and she's sleeping. And as you enter, she seems to kind of stir a little bit, going, What?
Shh, it's okay. It's just okay. We're just back a little.
Oh.
We're back.
Oh, Smokey. Yeah. Oh, I'm back to sleep. You do what you need.
It's fine.
And she goes back to bed, trying her best to sleep in this very small room, but it's a one-room building. Eventually, though, you do hear that there's a rustling near the door, and some force moves in, the air pressure changing.
While I was walking,
I dropped the invisibility once a minute.
what races are all the slaves?
A variety. There are humans, tabaxis. You can also see some lizard folk as well. A few bugbears and frobogs, goblins and hobgoblins. There is a variety of races, but every single one of them that is not Ganassi seems to be somehow tied in to the servant caste, as it were.
Okay.
Do I see any slaves on the way back get like kind of treated bad or anything, or
A few.
like, whipped while they're walking?
Not necessarily whipped yet, no, but you might see a few that are just kind of not really regarded as people. They seem to be dismissed or, for the most part, handed things off and not being talked to or told anything. It's as if they're property. They don't have any kind of saying or acknowledgement.
And is there any like so I walk through the market to get back to the Lupafont. Is there, when I go through the marketplace, is it just like food and stuff for sale? Are there slaves for sale in here, or what's all for sale in the market?
In the red market, there are no slaves for sale. You can see that for the most part, this particular location is filled with what looks to be vegetation, food, wine, spirits, drink, drugs even. You can see what a few interesting kind of supplements provided to hookah merchants to allow them to experience some form of pleasure.
Write that down. All right. Okay. I'll continue on then. I just wanted to ask what I saw when I
No
went
problem.
through there.
Rook arrives next. As you can see, he drops the invisibility.
Where's
They might have Victor. I couldn't get him to leave.
I couldn't get him to... I'm gonna kill that cat. I'm gonna kill him.
I may have already.
Oh,
No, I didn't kill him. He's fine, but I tried to talk him into leaving. I explained the whole situation because he would not. Just take my word. The dragon came upstairs. I shot Victor. God.
You
Paralytic
shot
bolt.
Victor.
I was trying to paralyze him so I could drag him out and get us both out of there faster because he was not listening to me. But the dragon came up. She saw us. I don't think she saw through the illusion, but I had to leave immediately. I don't know if he got after me or not.
Yeah, sure. You emerge out. The space is more cramped.
Yep, big old dragon. Smokey peeks his head out and just like tries to look around to see if there's any like hubbub in the city, because we're on the outskirts now.
Yeah, you're quite far away. There doesn't seem to be
Yeah.
anything that you would think would be alarm-raising.
Winnie too is still in the city though, so I'm gonna have him look and see if there's anything going on.
Sure, make a perception check for little Twinny.
Since he's closer.
And a stealth check for him as well.
Oh god.
I thought you had him poof back in a
All right,
shadow.
the
or
first
something.
one-
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
The first one's gonna be perception. Fuck. The second one's gonna be stealth. Better.
Okay. He's pretty good at making sure that no one really watches him, moving very quietly and waiting for passerbys to go away as he scuttles across this hot sand, getting to the other side. For the most part, he doesn't see anything really interesting. For the guards that were around it, they seem to gather up and make a move to go somewhere else. It's hard for him to follow them because he's trying to stay as stealthy as he can, so he loses sight of them immediately as they get off to where apparently they arrived, but
I
where
can't
they
see
came from, sorry.
anything. I can't see anything through 20. Do you want me to bring him back, or do you want me to keep him there and check in later?
Just bring him back. I know you don't like to be without him too long.
Well, I have Winnie now, so
Up to you.
this is your hometown.
I mean, it's probably safer for him to not be out and about because he may just like be killed just for fun.
What kind of city is this?
I know, right?
the shadow melts and moves back to Valindra at lightning speed.
I mean, it's a city with, you know, a caste system and slavery and, you know,
Brothels, though.
It's also really, really hot, if you guys hadn't noticed.
Barkesh, I don't want to be that person, but you are never allowed to have sex on a mission again, okay?
Wait,
no
what
more.
happened?
You're
happened?
too obvious. There were sparks coming out the window.
And a lightning breath.
No, there was no lightning breath.
It wasn't a lightning breath, it was more like a lightning release.
There was a notable
Disgusting.
lightning.
He said
Event.
it. He set this shit up.
There
No
was-
way.
There was an event that was noticeable having to do with lightning.
A
It's
lighting
all
event.
natural. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you're not allowed to do it again. No more. Not on a mission. Not when we're trying to do
Stealthy.
something already really, honestly, dumb and dangerous. For good reason, but still dumb and dangerous.
I just had sex.
No, no more. You're done.
I guess I can forge something like a cold shower to take with me.
No, just don't do it. It's easy. Just don't do it.
Victor, when was the last time you? No, Brooke, when was the last time you saw Victor?
It's been a while. I can't hold on any longer.
Last time I saw Victor, literally right before I left the room.
And did you
Yeah, how
look?
did he do?
Were you looking behind you? Did you see which way he went or anything? Or
I was focused on getting out of there, truthfully.
okay.
As you do say this, Victor does arrive.
Oh,
Holy shit, it is hot outside. Woo.
get inside. Get inside.
I closed the door.
Hey, buddy.
It's
Did you have fun?
Hey.
that's a pretty nice way to say door. It's more of like a cloth drape.
The cloth drape.
You don't want to
Oof. I tried to slam door. It doesn't
Okay.
work. Okay, so are we all gathered up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Rook shot me, if anyone cares.
Oh, I already mentioned it, and I explained exactly why. Why the fuck wouldn't you listen to me?
Because you were Kenku blocking me, man. I was trying to do
There
stuff.
were more important matters at hand.
Well, I didn't know that.
I told you repeatedly.
But all you said was something about dragons and then coming up and then flew out window. And then you shot me first, don't forget.
I did not shoot you first. That was a last-ditch effort because you were not
In the
listening
middle,
to me.
in the
As
middle.
has been proven. I will.
Just like interject, like, did you finish at least?
No, I don't know what that means, but I don't think so.
For fuck's sake, Rook, you didn't even let the man finish.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even know you anymore. I still think he's the devil duck, by the way. Just saying, everyone, I believe it's him. There,
What
said it.
is happening to this group? Seriously, what is going on?
I just wanted to meet the genie, and then things happened.
I
and
know
then
you
Rook
wanted
shot
to
me,
meet a
and then he
genie,
flew
but
out the door.
there was a dragon downstairs, Victor. This is exactly what I was talking about. You need to listen to other people whenever they tell you things, and you need to understand whenever something is going wrong, because you can't make me care about you and then do stupid shit like that and get yourself killed.
Wow. I feel like I just got scolded.
You
You did get scolded.
Heavily.
Holy shit.
I tried to appeal to your reason. I tried to appeal to our friendship, and you ignored both.
Well, okay. If anyone puts themselves in my paws for a second, okay, never done any of that before and having great time, then door just burst open saying we gotta go, and dragon. That's all I got.
So next
And
time
do you
you
think
have
that I
any-
would just do that just because?
I
Not
don't
because
know.
it's
Maybe
something
you were
important?
messing with me. You know, I don't know these things.
Wait. Did the dragon see you guys?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, you saw us.
Did she see you though, or like did she just see the illusion?
I don't
know. I didn't stay long enough to find out.
It was really weird. Like I was naked, but I was not naked. Is that what you do, by the way? I really thought I was just going in to learn things. And
No.
then she took her clothes off and not mine. I don't know. It was
I don't
really
think she
great
saw
though.
through. She still seemed confused. She asked who we were instead of trying to grab me immediately. So there's that.
Okay. Did and you guys just flew away? You didn't talk. You didn't talk to her. She didn't try to attack you or anything.
Oh, I left. I left immediately.
Okay. And Victor, you also left.
I just followed the Rook. I just ran away. Unfulfilled.
Okay. So your two faces, your illusion faces, at the very least, are probably known at this point.
Oh.
So we
Is
may
that
have to
bad?
I mean, it's not a very big place.
I just don't understand what we did wrong, okay? I was just in there in the place of genies meeting with
Techni-
Genie.
So, Victor, you didn't do anything wrong. You were having your good time. Varkesh got a little rambunctious and let out some energy that attracted the attention of the leader of this oasis.
It's
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that
natural.
makes okay. All right.
no. Don't agree to that. That was entirely natural bodily function, apparently.
Okay. Well, I mean, cool. But it's that you think that's what attracted the dragon to us?
I hope so. I hope we didn't make any other mistakes.
That's actually no. I'll go with that. Varkesh sex summons dragons.
I mean, so
Yes.
wait, so we tried to disguise ourselves to go through the city this morning. Are we sure we weren't followed at that point, or someone? Why does it have to be Varkesh's lightning release that made dragons come to
The
look for us?
timing. We showed up at the brothel. The guards and the dragon showed up at the brothel.
She
There
arrived
was-
very quickly.
At this point, it doesn't fully matter. The point is they found us, and if they talk to your aunt, and if she has ways of making your aunt tell the truth, she could already know we're here. She knows you have other aunts, I'm sure. She's keeping tabs on you through your brother and sister. We can't stay here either.
Was that
Oh,
the
no,
dragon that
our
we're trying
timeline-
to fight or something? Or what? Wait, hold on. Who was that person? Do you know this, Smokey?
I never saw her, so I don't know.
Well, if she's the dragon, let's assume that she runs the place.
All I know is your Aunt Edie, correct, Aunt Edie? She called her Your Grace. She called her all the things that you would call the highest nobility in the city.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm gonna go ahead and do a sending to Edie.
Aunt Jeannie? I like to call her Aunt Jeannie. I'm calling her that from now on.
Okay.
Rook, while he's doing that, Rook, you have to understand. First of all, you shot me, which good shot, by the way. That was impressive.
Thank you. I'm quite proud.
But anyway, but my point is, all right, put yourself in my position. I'm in, having a good time, and my friend just shoots me from nowhere, mind you. Okay, just saying. You could have been messing with me. We're all friends now. Isn't that
Now
what
put
friends
yourself
do?
in
Mess
my
with each
position.
other?
You were explaining to your friend an immediate and very important peril with a very short time limit, and they're not listening to you. Your tools available to you are your words, which you're not using.
I'm just gonna pull that out.
It
Okay?
has paralysis poison on it, and not much else. What do you do?
Pull that out.
What the arrows is still in me?
You two are arguing, and I'm like, it's just, yeah.
Oh, is it still in me the whole time? Oh gosh, okay. I've been running around with this thing in my ass. I don't know where you shot me. I don't know. Let's go with it.
Probably in the ass.
Go ahead, Smokey.
Okay, I lost my track. Okay, Edie, are you okay? We're safe. Do you need help? Are you imprisoned? Tell me what you can.
All right.
Still got like 7 words if you want.
Yeah, if you want it, but yeah. Okay. As the message dies away, the sending, she then will reply and goes, "I'm fine. She left quite quickly. She seemed to head towards the Cindertongue Manor. I don't know what's going on, Smokey, but you better act quickly."
Just
Why would
for
she
the
head
record.
there? Why would she head there? Apparently, okay, Edie says she's headed towards the direction of the Cindertongue Manor, which where my Nana is. I don't know why, although if she's there, that means she can't be at the palace.
So should we go get your dad now?
Well, we're not going to have a better time to do it.
It's kind of true.
Okay, so you
Oh,
need to
God.
replace their seemings. You may as well go ahead and replace ours, right? Because it doesn't cost any extra spell slots to do us as well. Because that shopkeeper saw us, and for some reason she
Oh,
decided
God, that's
to
also
find out
true.
about that. Oh my God.
Wait, what about the
Okay.
shopkeeper? What did you guys do?
Who knew one dragon orgasm could bring the end of the world?
I'm serious, Varkesh.
All right.
Never again.
I
Not on a
don't
mission.
In all fairness, perhaps we make ground rules for next time, okay? I feel like I am innocent party here. I did not know what I was getting myself into.
I am walking over to Dory and I'm shaking her awake.
She's already awake. She's been staring at you the whole time.
Great! Okay, Dory, I'm gonna cast a spell on you. It's gonna make you look like a fire ganassi, okay?
What? All right. Okay. Can you make me really pretty and skinny? Very, very thin?
Yeah.
You can cast
gosh.
magic,
I
not
love
miracles,
Dory.
my dear.
Oh wow!
Oh!
Do you say that?
What?
Did Varkesh say that out loud?
He's very truthful after he's 100 pounds lighter.
Oh.
Oh,
Linda's
she's
gonna
just kind
grab
of.
his horn and pull him down to the
I didn't even
ground.
hear what he said.
No amount of magic will make you lose that weight, honey. I think is all I got.
Along those lines.
Something
I say
along
it
those
quietly. I say it quietly.
Make a
Sleight of
make a
hand,
stealth check
whatever.
with that. It's a stealth.
There you go. There you go. That's
That
fair.
sounds fair.
Stealth or sleight of hand or something. It's a little
What
mumble.
happens? The man is very truthful after he's done the biz.
It's good to know that.
Oh, my thing is loading. Oh my god. It's so stealth. Okay, right,
Sound
here we
like
go.
Vegas law.
Ha. Yeah,
I
knew,
apparently
knew that
shot
was
this.
coming. It was quite apparent.
Ooh, dear.
He lost the what you would call that kind of mental block
Filter.
to make sure you don't say things that come to your head, so it just kind of slipped out. So it's a little loud.
My Varkesh is showing.
But yeah,
I think I've
she.
spent about 80% of this episode with my hand pressed to my forehead so far.
Amazing.
I have a stress headache. I actually have a headache from this.
Dory just looks quite.
I am very sorry.
Wait, what did you say?
Oh, you heard it, Smokey.
I didn't know. I didn't. I was talking.
I said he could cast magic, not miracles.
That was
Oh
it.
my god. Smokey turns around and his jaws just dropped.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
If it's any consolation, I'm incredibly stupid.
Oh,
I was
well, he
serious
is.
about grabbing his horn and trying to
Ow!
pull him down. to
Ow!
my level.
That's still a thing that's happening. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very
Belinda,
bizarre.
let go.
It's a bizarre thing. It's like you're grabbing nothing, but somehow there's some interaction going on.
I know where his horns are.
Yeah. I walk up to Varkesh now that he's closer
I'm
to
being
my height.
pulled. I'm like, ow, 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 ow.
Varkesh,
Yeah, ow,
my other aunt
ow.
just helped you have a really good morning that has ended up
Ow.
putting all of us in danger, and you just openly insulted my other aunt.
who
I was
is a
thinking
lovely woman.
I was thinking it, and I accidentally
been
said,
nothing
I
but
am
helpful."
fully apologize. I was wrong. You are a very beautiful lady. If I had time. Nope, not gonna go there. You are a very beautiful lady. Very beautiful.
I
Just
will
take
say,
it to the line and stop there. Yep.
Aunt Dory, this is actually an apology from a part blue dragon.
Wow, really? Okay, fine. I
She'll-
guess I did ask for that.
She will kind of. What?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Did ask for that.
You have a blue dragon?
Part,
Half
but yes.
Hurts my feelings, someone. I don't know why.
Oh,
I
I'm
will let
sorry.
this go for now, but Smokey, you're going to have to tell me everything!
Well, that's good because you're coming with us and we're getting the heck out of here. And I'm
Hold on
casting
to my horns.
on all of us.
Alright, what
again.
are you seeming to each individual?
It's going to be.
An
Did
old
any
man
requests
me,
come from the
please.
players?
Yeah, you guys can make requests.
I would like to be an old man, shrouded in a cloak.
Sure.
I have no preference.
Like to have
Like, let go of my horn.
just as like generic as possible.
Belinda's in a burqa.
Yes, perfect. Oh my god, she's gonna start wearing one of these all the time.
Otherwise, just generic. Get
I
fire
will look like
ganassi
this.
all around.
I will look like the Sultan from Aladdin now.
You will not too much attention.
I mean, I don't have to look like with a peacock hat. I just want to look
Just
facially and
make
all
me
that stuff
handsome.
like the Sultan.
Everyone is a 6.5 out of 10 on the attractiveness scale. No
Unacceptable
more.
must be at least a 7.
We are going for blase,
For block.
drab, not attention seeking.
Oh, we're all default? Gosh damn it. All right.
You are NPCs.
I have never been more hurt in my life than I am right now.
You don't have a mirror.
I show him the mirror I made.
Well, the funny thing is that as you say that, Dory does grab her own tiny little mirror to look at herself because you said you were going to make her look pretty, so she's...
I make her a 7.5.
Okay.
Bastard.
So what's his plan now? We have to go to the palace, or we're going to the manor, or what are we doing?
I mean, I think it'd be best, Dory, if you just want to stay here, we're eventually going to try to make our way over to Nana's. But I think the least amount of time you spend out there, the better. If you can just try to, I think do you have any friends other than? I mean, Barbie's gonna be busy probably. Edie's still at her place. You can go to Edie's place, and if you want her to help, like escort you to Nana's, or you just hang around Nana's, and I will try and find you when the time is right.
Okay, I'll go to Edie. Edie will have fun. I'll go to her. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, and just, you've seen Fire Ganassi all your life. Just play the part, just cool, collected. You don't need to talk if you don't have to. just make
All
it
right.
to Edie.
She does her best to try to do a performance of such. She's kind of walking a little weird, but she's getting the hang of it. A little too much hip swing, but she's getting it.
That's acceptable. All right, for the rest of us, I think we're going to the palace. Oh God.
And Aunt Dory, when you go there, if you see a woman named Sadine, tell her,
God.
I wish to marry her.
kind of, tell her I will be back. That's all you have to say. I will be back for her.
All right.
Ask her
That's
to
it.
wait for
That's all.
me.
Yes, tell her to wait.
I recommend not doing any of that.
Just-
So, I
just-
suppose we're heading out then.
Just
Say my old man
get to
voice.
Edie.
That's the most important, yes. But once you get there, if you remember,
It doesn't matter. Let's go.
All right.
We're going.
Okay. All right. Good luck. Smokey, hugs for luck. Hug.
Hug.
Good luck.
I need hugs.
Yeah,
I want to protect her at all costs. She's so cute.
All right, and then she just waves a goodbye. She quickly starts to kind of rush. Then she stops and remembers, and starts walking like a Ganassi.
Valindra, could you have your fox maybe track her to make sure she gets her okay?
That's not a bad idea.
I think it might be because if they left guards, they would see that same fox show up with
Okay, fair enough.
her.
I mean, don't all fox kind of look alike? Whatever, it's fine.
That's
That
a
was just an
little
idea.
racist there, buddy.
Power walking.
It's a little fox.
All right,
Yes,
so
all right.
We gotta try to beat her to her palace.
sure.
Okay.
With all of you pretty much getting yourselves illusioned up with the new seeming disguise, making your way outside from the Lumifont Trade Company, we're gonna take a break as we return back after they have a moment to take a
Awesome.
breather, use the facilities, and to get some drinks. So we'll be back momentarily. Stick with us, and we shall return to see what happens to the party.
Thanks everyone watching this craziness.
It's been a
My
fucking
God.
party.
not ready.
Need a short rest.
Okay, we are back as we now have a slightly ready, not ready going on. But we are going to go ahead and return to the party as you make your way out. Now, as you can kind of tell with the map, you can see at least once you exit the Limoufountain Trading Company, up in the distance, atop what appears to be the more rocky cliff base of the oasis, the Alabaster Palace, and the springs themselves. Now, you can see that there is a few barriers along the way if you wanted to try and get up there, so what do you wish to do?
So we have barriers. First barrier, what do we look at as far as guard situation? How many?
Alright, so just walking around and looking about, you can see from a quick glance that right there by the actual entrance, there is a large wall and 2 guard towers. There are 2 guards stationed at the front gate itself, leading up to what appears to be a path that winds through the kind of natural oasis garden that exists before leading up to a second guard house at the top. You can't tell many guards after that.
Before the vision that we see as we're looking towards the palace, right?
Mm-hmm. This is basically like you walk over here. Right there, you can see the wall. Smokey, you know right here, this building, this is the place where your Aunt Barbie works.
Oh, okay. And I will be just like, as from walking from this far, I've been muttering under my breath, just a ritual for detect magic.
Sure. Okay, so you would be a little bit of extra time to cast it because it doesn't take that long to walk there. But if you tell everyone to stay still and wait, you'd be able to activate it?
I'm not going to wait. No, if it takes too long. I'll say, guys over here, we're going to make a pit stop. It's my Aunt Barbie's. She's the one who can possibly give us intel on getting in there and where possibly my dad's located. So we're going to make a quick pit stop. Okay?
Okay. All right, we'll go meet your other auntie. Let's go.
Sure.
Pauses. Keeps on walking.
I mean, he seems to do a pretty good old man, so, yeah.
Sorry.
You go inside what appears to be for the better term of the word, this is a multiple kind of building. It has a barracks for some of the guards that roam the streets and do the general law enforcement here, as well as a jail that is allowing for anyone who is, prosecuted to at least be held for the moment and questioned, interrogated, and a few other places that might have what you would call official governing business. So it's like a town hall as well. But inside, you can see that easily around the area there are a few people moving about, some at their desks, seeming to have their own tasks at hand. But if you go to ask to see Barbie, they would ask who's calling.
I will say...
It's okay, think about it.
And it's just one person. Do I want to do this now? I'll do this now. I'll cast Charm Person on the person who asks.
Okay, they make a charisma saving throw?
Wisdom
saving throw.
DC 19.
Nope.
For the next hour, they are charmed. Can you just go get... does she have a title, like Captain or something? Or... Warden Barbara Quintos, and bring her here immediately. Tell her that the person she's expecting is waiting outside with his friends.
Wait, we're here to see your auntie. Why are we in Kinko's?
Yep.
Of course. I'll be as quick as I can. And the individual walks up, moving off to the side, and you wait for maybe about 5 minutes or so before eventually they return with what appears to be a very confused and slightly pissed off auntie looking around to see who the hell was disturbing her at this point without any name or warning, but seems to somehow coerce her secretary to come out for no just reason.
As she approaches, I cast a message just to communicate with her. It's me, Smokey.
So she kind of has a moment of changing expression, looks and you may go, telling her to shuffle on as she approaches you and goes, hello?
Is there a private place that we can speak?
My office? Please.
Let's go.
She walks quietly, not really wanting to give anything away, waiting for you all to move through the building into a small little space to the side. There is no door. It is just a kind of set-off alcove room area. So for the most part, you feel like you have some privacy, but you probably want to be mindful of what you say and how loud you say it. But she does kind of take a moment to make sure you're all in as she leans in, going, exactly are you doing?
Well, Edie's didn't turn out to be as safe as we'd hoped. So, but we know that shoot her name, the dragon's name. Her name is Blue Dragon. Oh, Malda. We know that Malda is on the move, and we think that now is the best time we're going to have to try to break out my dad, because she has a lot of her guards with her as well.
You want to do what?
We want to try and get him out before her and her regiment of guards returns back to the palace.
She's looking around. Smokey, I don't know if you can do this, but are you sure? Is there anything else you could do, perhaps? Or is this all that you can do?
Not without sentencing him and my siblings to death.
Fine. Just follow me. And she leads you outside, leading you to a part where she's kind of pretending to walk towards the green market, very casually, trying to not look like she's leading you anywhere, but just seeming to like be a casual shopper of sorts, as she heads towards the center where the spring oasis is, where people start to do what you would call typical tasks. Many of the slaves are doing laundry, some of them are cleaning and providing some of the necessary water gathering for the households and bringing large jugs around. The green market itself doesn't really have a lot of ganassi there, so she doesn't stop, but she uses this as a place to feel like she could talk more freely without the worst kind of prying eyes. As she kind of makes a talk looking around, she gestures to the right. The Silver Springs Oasis is heavily protected. You do know this, right? There are magical guards around certain areas of the palace, as well as the front gate. Alarms for anyone who enters who is not designated as a personal invitation of any kind. And I don't know where your father is in the palace. The best I've been in there for a couple times is... The center area was mostly for the dragon herself, but perhaps he might be in the East Wing.
Do you know if there's any sort of protections against illusion magic or charm magic?
I'm not necessarily that expert in whatever magic you use, but I know that there are wards, and there is a force, some kind of shield that protects anyone from entering without it being wanted. Some kind of teleportation prevention.
Do you know at what point these protections or wards are set?
Past the walls. Once you go past the gatehouse, as she would gesture back to where it was.
Okay, so so you have guards at the gatehouse. Are there any sort of magical or other unexpected forces on the gatehouse?
I know there are alarm spells if you try to enter someplace you're not allowed to enter, but I think those are up in the palace itself. Otherwise, there's a guard that prevents you from transporting yourself.
Okay, we can get around that pretty easily.
I can deal with the guard if you like.
We'll get there. Okay, but once inside the palace, I can get rid of the ward, although I don't think we're going to be teleporting at all. So other than that, alarm spells, okay. And of course, the guards that revive themselves as fire demons are a thing.
The elite do, yes. They are positioned inside the palace.
Okay. Well, you don't know if they have any aversions to charm or anything like that? Or illusions?
As much as the next.
Okay. And you think maybe he's in the East Wing. How big is the East Wing? Do you know how to get down to the cells?
He's not in a cell. There are no cells in the palace. He's probably being kept in one of the spare bedrooms for those who arrive with their servants and guests from the other oases.
Okay. That's better. Okay.
I would suggest trying the East Wing. As she gestures up, you can see that from the palace, you can see a slight bit of it from the design. There's a centered section in the middle that's larger and more grand. To the left of it, you can see what appears to be almost a garden terrace on top of the other side. That is the West Wing. You can see that has a bit more like a hanging garden of Babylon look to it. To the right, you can see what appears to be a smaller building, less in height and a bit more plain, and looks to probably be the way that you would enter to and through the palace. Not that one, the one to the left of it.
Yeah.
That one. That would be the East Wing. So she gestures to that particular section.
Any sort of idea as far as entrances aside from the obvious front door?
No. Why?
Well, we don't want to walk through the front door if we can possibly avoid it.
I don't think you could walk through any door.
Well, we can. We're pretty good at making them.
Making them? What?
The less you know, the better. But I do have to ask you this, Auntie Barbie, if we're planning to take Dory with us with Nana, do you want to stay here, or do you want to uproot yourself and possibly come with us?
Well, you don't give the girl much time to think, do you? Fine. I don't know yet, Smokey. I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you have any inkling of wanting to do that, we're probably going to retreat to the Cindertongue Manor, because that's where Nana is. I'm hoping with Dad in tow, Bahira and Arad will be slightly more favorable to, absconding with us as opposed to fighting against us. And so that's where I told Dory to meet us. And so anyone who's going to be teleporting out of here, that's where it's going to happen.
All right, well, you better hurry. I don't imagine she's going to take too long to return to her palace. She rarely ever leaves. I don't even know why she left in the first place.
Don't worry about it. But also, I charmed your secretary. That should wear off in about 50 minutes, so just be prepared for that.
Wonderful. All right, fine. Fine, just
hopefully we'll be out of here by then.
Be safe.
Okay.
And she continues to walk as if, departing you from a meeting of sorts and just leaves you there.
Place my hand on Smokey's shoulder. Your family's rather complicated.
Yeah, we figured that out the first time they attacked us. So, looking around...
also, we're complicit in the destruction of my home.
Yeah.
The first time.
I mean, who knew an orgasm would brought down such devastation? But let's continue.
Looking down at this oasis, I see that all the water is connected. Is that...
Waterfall, yes.
Oh, there's a waterfall.
Yeah, the palace itself is on a higher cliff.
Okay, so there's not... We couldn't possibly, walk there underwater.
Probably not. You could try, but you would reach waterfalls and you'd probably have to climb them.
Yeah, okay. So that's not a thing. But...
Like a hole?
I imagine that this little corner here, the wall connects to the water.
It connects to what appears to be a larger face of the cliff itself.
Okay, it's a cliff. Okay. Well, okay. So first, we have two things to get through. We have to get through this first gate. There are just guards. I could charm them. I feel pretty comfortable with that. Varkesh, you said you could take care of them. What's your plan?
Yeah. Watch and learn, young man.
No.
I'm already walking towards the guards.
I'm stopping him. I'm getting in front of him. No more of this. Just wait and see what Varkesh is going to do.
I'm just about to go do it.
No, you have to start talking to us before you do things.
People could die, Varkesh.
All right, what I was going to do is trick the guard to saying that word and transfer into the Tesseract, and then I go in there and I fuck him up.
Well, there's two guards, first of all.
One problem at a time, young man.
Well, while that is a clever use of the Tesseract, I think that charming somebody is our best option.
I just old man shutting behind the thing again. Fine.
I do still have that grappling hook Varkesh made. We could scale that cliff face if needed.
Yeah, that does make you more nimble than the average bird.
Of course, there's still the option of flight. I could carry you all over 2x2 with said forge.
Oh, that would be really handy, actually.
Especially since I can turn invisible, that will
yeah, let's try that.
I'm sorry I'm hard of hearing because there seems to be some background noise, but what was the plan?
So Rook is going, two of us are going to get into the Tesseract. Rook takes it, turns invisible, flies over the wall, pops us off, then he comes back and gets the other two.
All right, no time like present. Yes, isn't this like speedy kind of thing? We're not hoping Dragon comes back soon, so.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Ginger snaps.
Oh shit! Okay, he's in there now.
And Varkesh is going in too, right?
Oh right, all right. Varkesh first. What's the word?
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying it.
Nope, take your time. Yep.
Victor?
You know the word.
Would you please come as well? That way we can leave the stealthy ones over there first.
I know it's a root of some kind.
Nope, let me get it. He's Come on, take your time.
Hold on a minute, I'm really involved in this old man character.
He's really feeling this. Yeah, right. I mean, Smokey just said the word, but take your time.
Pumpernickel.
Nope.
Nope, that's it. Ginger
Starts with the
snaps.
G. There you go. Hey.
He was-
Oh,
he was
ginger
just about to
snaps.
come back up.
I'll pick up the thing and put it in my pocket.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, right? Isn't that what we're doing?
No.
I need
No.
I'll put it back down.
Nope.
I pick it
was
up.
for him to take it. There
I
we
turn
go.
invisible and
Yeah.
I try to fly.
Oh, that's what we're doing. I forgot.
Yep.
Sure.
Seconds.
So, Rook, you're able to fly over and get up to wherever you want. You get a good aerial view of the entire place. Now, the palace itself is beautiful, and you can see that no one can notice you as you're quite effectively invisible. Where do you wish to go?
Okay, so I'm going
careful.
to try to. Alright,
You can
so
see
I'm
two
going to
things.
draw
that are-
briefly. One moment.
Oh,
go
thank,
ahead.
you for, thank you for the follow.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, young man. Or woman. I
Or
can't
woman. There you go.
So you said we can see two things?
So yes, when you fly up and get a better view of the actual palace, you can see the top of the garden and you can see the top of the east wing. Now, the garden itself is very beautiful and lush, lots of cover, lots of foliage, but it's obviously on the other side of the palace, so you probably have to go through just to get to the east wing. The east wing itself has a lot of guards stationed at the actual ground where the gate is that allows you entrance inside. There are very small windows. They're very hard, if not impossible, to get through, but there is one very obvious entry point that you can see that is a little appealing. There looks to be what appears to be a kind of dome-like top area that has a slit open, and you can see it's about maybe 10 to 20 feet in width and has a nice kind of opening that pie, like a pie shape down into the dome, and peeking out of it is a telescope, a large metallic shining gleaming gold telescope that is pointing up to the sky. Currently right now there is no one there you can see as you get closer to it, but those are the two ways you could imagine maybe trying to get in without going through the front door.
Okay. So my goal here is essentially just to
your mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just that it's that.
It's very staticky.
Yeah. There we go.
How's that?
Oh, okay. Nope, nope.
Whoopers. Rook's just doing circles over the castle, just
No?
landing pattern.
Still static.
No, it's still staticky for some
Something
reason.
happened.
That's it, blowing it. Yep, that'll
just
do it.
Beats it off the table
Just
into the worst.
straight up Nintendo.
No
Hello?
static unless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh god, you're so
Blow
loud.
technique.
You're fine.
You're good. You're good.
No?
You're
I
fine.
thought you were really
Perfect,
loud. I don't know.
Perfect.
Okay. Alright. Sorry. So my goal is essentially just to go over the wall and put them down behind this corner here so that I can go back over and pick up the other two as fast as possible and still leave them out of sight of the main gates.
So you want to put them like down on the ground?
Yes, down on the grounds, immediately past
Okay.
immediately past the gates around the corner.
You would
here.
see that there are a few guards that are around there, so you might have to try and find a good spot. Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you can find a place where they might not spot you.
Okay.
Good luck.
What the hell?
I'm not very good.
Oh, it's
the
interesting.
reliable talent
It's
roll.
the reliable talent, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
When did
Oh,
that
so-
happen?
Nice.
Oh, that was yeah.
Stop
You, you clicked in the gear settings. I saw that before. Yeah.
Ooh,
All right.
that's cool.
Me too.
So 22. Yeah, it looks like maybe there could be a spot just between the cliff face and the guard post that you might be able to just pop them out on without them really being seen, because they're just not going to be able to see you directly below. But
Good enough. Yeah, I'll put them down there. You said they can hear,
they can hear you.
right? Okay, guys, come on out. You're going to need to stay low for a short time. I want to move everyone up here before we start moving through.
How low are we talking? Because my sciatica is really kicking in.
Ginger snaps.
Ginger snaps out.
Smokey's so done. Ginger
I
snaps.
take off immediately to pick up the others and put them in the same place.
Sure. Depositing the party doesn't take you too long to eventually return, get them in, and deposit them there as you all have now gathered against the side of this tower on the other side of the gate. You can see the path that winds up past some of the rocky cliff that leads up to what appears to be a second gatehouse.
Our best bet for entry appears to be on top of the eastern wing. I see what looks like a observatory almost, with a slight entrance we can get through. Other than that, there's of course the main entrance, but I'd rather not do that. And this place is crawling with guards on ground level.
The
I think.
fly thing
But-
again?
I'm hungry.
I mean, we could. So, there was an idea that Varkesh was talking about of just him and Rook going inside, because that way, Rook can just carry the forge, and then when they get to my dad, he could pop in there with Varkesh, and Varkesh is there to do whatever he needs to as far as magic and like opening locks and working with metal and stuff. And then he and my dad could be in the workshop, and Rook could just fly him back here.
But with that, we're working under the assumption that your father will willingly come with us.
Yep, without me there. But then again, I
Exactly.
never.
I mean, we can fit 2 people into the thing, right? So can't you go in there?
I could, but Auntie Barbie just said that I can't dimension door, which is how I would try to exit. So I could try to dispel whatever the heck is on this thing. I imagine it's the thing that I'm used to, but I don't know if I think we may be stuck using just the lift thing as opposed to trying to teleport, which
right,
is
but
terrible.
I mean, you can be in the box.
Yeah, it would just take 2 trips to get out with
That's
Rook and 3 people.
It's a slight problem here, my dear.
3 people.
mean-
I thought Victor and I were staying out here, and Varkesh and Rook were walking in.
Oh, if me and Bird Boy here go inside of the palace, we'll be able to get his father and put him in the Tesserum Erecta, and then
Right, but it holds 2.
Yeah, so
If Smokey goes in, there's space for 1 more. Smokey comes out, there's space for 2. Smokey and his dad go in.
if Varkesh doesn't come with us, but Varkesh is really good at jailbreaks.
I am
And
pretty
again, I
baller
could
at
just
it.
make multiple trips again, but that comes with its own risks.
Much like with my new character, time is not on our side.
All right. I think I need to be there to convince him. I don't know if you guys will be able to convince him without him
How
being.
about your name? That work?
Wait, Smokey, turn into mist.
I don't have that today.
Never mind.
Never mind.
I have so much stuff that went through my head for today's spells.
Oh, don't forget, I am really quite strong, and if he resists, I can just clack him on the head. You know, in he goes. And then Bob's your Uncle, Fanny's your aunt. We're free.
Doesn't seem like a good start.
I know,
Do you
but
have
I
Also, a
said,
renowned warrior here, I would like to remind you.
I mean, I've just had sex today. I can do anything.
Not how that works.
I mean-
Don't you have to say ginger snaps on your own free will to go into? Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
See
shit, sorry.
like, see like that. Wait, ginger. Okay, see like that. Don't you have to say it to go in?
The thing is, I've never met my dad, and
Right.
I mean, you guys. I mean, I think the best way to try to do it is actually not really my name, but like the fact that I'm pretty sure he's aware of the fact that he's being held hostage for Bahira and Arad. I think
Portray it as us being a sympathetic party wishing to free him from the confines.
Is
Yeah,
your,
right. Yeah, do
is-
that. Go.
Is your
Yeah, just say-
grandmother
just-
his mother? Or
Yes.
mother?
So just
Okay.
say that you are coming to take him so that his mother and his children can make an escape.
Right, Brooke, you got that, because I ain't going to remember it.
Okay, I will
Really
do my
dial
best.
in the old man. I like it.
I'm
Well, that we
dedicated
are-
to my role.
Selling it.
Representatives of an interested party who wishes to ensure that he, his wife, and his children.
Nope.
Not
Mom.
wife.
I mean, I'm
Mom.
old and I
Apologies.
remember.
He, his mother, and 2 of
You
his
need to
children.
write this down. Smokey tears a page out of his grimoire and starts writing this down.
Bear with me, I'm sick.
Valkesh is just like the pellet with the poisons in the vessel with the pet. Mr. Brewer, that is true. I think I got it.
Yes.
So
Wow.
Please with the poison.
I will tell you what to say, but you have a piece of paper with the actual facts.
See, it's
written
easy
on
that
it.
I can remember. Then
I
you
have
go
it
find
ready.
him.
Just-
What if that worked
so
though?
easy, I
And he's
can do
just
it.
like, oh yeah, perfect. I trust these guys. Whoop, ginger snaps into the thing.
Both of his wives are dead.
Well, that would be extra shocking and have a greater effect then. Just saying.
Just go.
I'm So happy I finally managed to pull a court jester quote in this campaign.
It's
once.
such a good quote too.
That's what I'm saying. If he actually recognized the quote, he's like, "Oh, I trust these guys." And he pops into the
For
thing.
anyone who hasn't seen the
No.
Cortez, by the way, watch it. It's hysterical.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is always a genius.
Absolutely.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Varkesh, if you're ready.
What? Oh, right. Crab cake. And then ginger snaps. Right.
There you go.
Casting detect magic in the time it takes for him to remember the damn password.
Go quickly, Rook, fly.
Not too fast. My inner ear is not like what it used to be.
One moment.
Okay.
I love being a Canadian old man for some reason. I don't know why.
That's a Canadian accent for you?
It's a very grumbled Canadian-ish old man.
Oh, maple syrup.
You nub.
I don't know why maple syrup is a Canadian thing.
That's not a Canadian accent that I'm aware of, but
No, that's my take on it. I'm from England. Leave me alone.
Works for me, eh?
All right, so Varkesh is now in the the forge. What do you do?
Yeah, Rook, fly, Rook, fly.
Okay.
Break that, please. Break
All right. So, I will go ahead and take the forge and.
Invisible fly. Invisible fly.
The observatory that we saw previously.
Okay, are you invisible?
Yes.
All right. So, making your way up there, you arrive as you pretty much enter the observatory roof.
no, no.
This is the roof.
When you go inside, you can see that there is one individual that seems to be studying and analyzing what looks to be some bizarre apparatus, a very intricate display of rings and celestial planets and stars that have been orbiting around this kind of display in the middle. They seem to be analyzing something with what looks to be some parchment and paper and diagrams. Looking around, for the most part, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what they're doing, but go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Multiple layers.
Oh, roll
21. All right. You look at it for a moment, and the one thing that does kind of strike you is that it seems to resemble very similar to some of the stuff that you had seen from Smokey and from Varkesh occasionally, and from Velcom sometimes too. When they need to do certain types of magic, they might employ some of these symbols and shapes and this kind of style of incantations. This is a divination study. This seems to be some kind of place that is analyzing what could be said in the stars and read in the divine. And there is one individual at the top of the stairs studying something.
Okay.
You can see a set of stairs to the right that lead down.
I will go for the stairs, still flying, so as to not make contact with anything that could make noise right now.
All right. So, moving quietly and stealthily down to the first floor, you arrive in a small, steady room. And as you appear in this area, you can see what appear to be two individuals that are working at desks. Let me just go ahead and get them out because they're hidden, because you wouldn't see them until you arrive in the room. So, you can see those two up there. Now, they seem to be working on, again, some kind of... It's hard to tell. They might be working on letters, notes, unless you look over their shoulder, you wouldn't be able to tell. But, however, even though you are moving off the floor, make a stealth check for me because you're in close quarters, and you do have to breathe occasionally and know what to avoid to not make any noise.
Okay. Will this be an advantage since I'm invisible as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Advantage.
Wow.
It's a 20. All right. At the moment, no one seems to notice you at this point.
I'll take it. Okay.
Just there against the wall going.
Is this door open or closed?
The door is closed. And you can see it looks to be a solid metal door.
Okay. Alright, so it's all metal door.
You need any help?
Not right yet. That'd be bad.
Are you sure? Because I feel like having a nap.
You're not saying this, I believe, because he can't hear you
No,
inside the forge.
I'm not saying it. Because apparently you can't fucking hear me.
Alright, I'm gonna look around the lab and see if there's anything I could, anything I could mess with that might draw their attention away.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Let me just drop the advantage real quick. 22.
Okay. You can see closer to the far end of the room, right around there, what appears to be a selection of pots, inks, other kinds of supplies they would use to do correspondence and other stuff, waxes and things. It looks to be maybe the most you could probably maybe dislodge things or knock things over that might cause some of the disturbance, but
Okay, I'm gonna fly over, grab one of those inks, and
okay. It disappears once you grab it.
yep. And well, Okay. Now, does this actually have like a little journal on it right now?
There are a few, papers and what appear to be documents that have been spread around.
Okay.
Taylor just ruined our stealth.
Clearly with the coughing. I will fly over, uncork the ink a little bit, and is there like a writing well next to it of any sort?
Next to the empty desk at the bottom?
Oh, empty desk, never mind. Never mind. So that being the case, I will go ahead and, fly further over towards the door, and just huck the ink at this, at the pots and pans down there.
Okay, sure. I mean, you huck it, and you can hear it makes a shattering break as it just leaves what appears to be a nasty black trail and scattering of this ink. It draws the attention of those two as they immediately look in that location, look at each other, look at that. And they start looking around the room very concerned. He gestures for the other one to say something. He says something, what languages do you know again?
I know... One moment. Common, Infernal, and Draconic.
Alright, you don't know this one. They seem to just kind of go, Itobaritutui. Then he goes over and begins to inspect the wall.
And is this one looking towards the door at all?
He's looking at the guy who's inspecting it. They're kind of looking down
Perfect.
at the...
I'm gonna try the handle, see if it's locked first.
No, doesn't seem to be locked.
I will open the door and try to slip through as quietly as
Okay,
possible.
make a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it is metal.
20.
20. Okay, yeah. It's definitely enough where they don't hear it. You might occasionally like move and you feel like you make a noise, but they just didn't pick up on it as you just go out. The door is open.
Yep, and I will slip through and then shut it immediately after.
Okay. Inside, you can see what appears to be a large chamber with what appears to be some kind of water well in the middle. Some fresh, clear water just kept inside and some pattern around it. You can see to the right of you what appears to be doors that have been made in a kind of ring at the top and two doors to the bottom on the left. As you look around, you can see that the doors themselves are more like... they're more like prison bar doors. They have like what appears to be just kind of this like vertical grating across them, as if trying to give them some kind of, privacy, but not enough where you couldn't do anything without anyone watching you if they wanted to. But you can see what appears to be, in the middle room, an individual that seems to be sitting at a desk, writing something down. All the other rooms are empty.
Okay. Well, being that he's the only one, this is the only one that's occupied, I will fly on over to this door.
Okay. It looks to be very similar to the previous ones. Everyone in this entire palace is a Ganassi. This one seems to have deeper red skin and dark red hair, almost blood red. The individual seems to have a bit more of an aged look to him, as he is in the middle of writing some kind of entry. It's hard to tell, but it looks to be like a little personal book. The room itself is fairly nice. It's not bad in any quality, but it is, for what you can tell just from the general layout of this place, it's effectively an enclosure, some kind of jail or cell in a sense.
Okay. I will speak lowly. Press right up next to the grate.
Beat going through.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Cinder Tongue.
It stops and looks around.
By the door, Cinder Tongue.
looks at the empty door and just stands up slowly and walks to it.
I come to you as a representative of an interested party. We wish to see you, your mother, and your children freed of this oasis.
Who are you?
It matters
do
not.
not
What
sound-
matters is I have the means to free you from this place. Should you wish to be free, simply speak the word... Fuck. I can't say it.
That's it. Just say fuck, and you're good.
No.
Click your heels 3 times and say fuck.
We should have given you a sticky note.
Smokey
I
did
do
a
have
piece
parchment.
of paper.
Simply speak the following words, and I will slide. I'll take out a piece of paper with my own personal ink, write the word ginger snaps on it, and wrap it just inside the grate.
Does the paper get sucked into the tesseract?
No. But as you
Well, that's that plan, fuck.
as you slide the note through and it becomes visible because he cannot see at anything until it just leaves your hand, he looks down at it for a moment and is concerned. I do not know this tongue you're speaking from. Who are you? How can I trust a foreigner? Why don't you show yourself?
I will stay silent
Are you
for
still
the
there?
moment. See if he says anything else.
Are
I'm
you
still
still
here.
there?
This is the choice presented.
How do you
before-
know of my family?
All you need know is that I am not from here, and we wish to see you freed. That should be all you need to know that I am not in league with any who would use this as a test for you.
How do I know you're not some agent of the dragon, trying to
No.
coax me into betrayal so that I will damn my family?
Would they truly seek a foreigner for their personal business?
I don't know who they would seek, but if they would use you to catch me leaving and betraying them so that they could kill me, I would not put it past them. How can I trust you, you who do not show yourself?
I know Smokey.
Smokey. How is he?
He is well. Coming into his own powers quite nicely.
Indeed. Does he still possess the grimoire?
I'll answer no further questions at this time. Not along these lines. If you wish to know more, the choice stands before you.
You do not live long here in the oasis without being careful of silver tongues. Unless you can give me good reason to follow you, I will remain here, knowing that my family will remain safe as long as I do not leave.
You will remain here knowing that your mother's days are numbered, and therefore so are yours and your children's.
I believe in Bahira. She will find a way. Arad has Bahira.
Remind me never asked Rook to write a birthday card.
If I stay here, it buys them time to find a way to escape. If I leave with you, in hopes to perhaps report to the Blue Dragons that I have betrayed them, then I doom them.
They are the next stop. We are going to be working to free them too. It will be easier with you along.
Make a persuasion check, just to see if you can try to coax him to go beyond his instinct.
Please.
God.
You have inspiration.
And here it comes.
I might need to use it. I
Oh!
will use it.
Oh!
I'll definitely use it.
So what's it say?
It is still 17,
Yeah,
but I mean,
I'm still gonna use it. 21.
21.
Oh, God.
Alright. He looks at you for them. He doesn't see you, but he looks down at the paper. I will try this little game you're playing for now, but I will not betray the Blue Dragons for I am their humble servant.
What the hell, man?
Guess what you're gonna see inside a Tesseract.
And he looks down at the word and says,
Santa Claus.
Ginger snaps.
That's gonna be fun.
Allow me to introduce myself.
He looks like
young
a
man.
king of
Yeah, he looks like an old man. Yeah.
My
Okay.
name is Varkesh Stormcaller, and I am now your new best friend. You want to go get a hooker together?
Just run.
God.
He's like, I can salute regret everything
Okay,
about
well-
the decision.
Beyond that, I'm gonna use my rapier to go ahead and like stab the paper, pull it out, and pocket it, and then I'm going to fly back out the same way.
The paper would have gone in with him.
Okay.
Whatever,
right.
whatever the creatures are holding. Yeah, so it's not a problem. But yeah, so okay. As you make your way out again, same way,
Yes.
same way. Okay.
The door is gonna be a problem, though. You know what? First, I will go ahead and fly over to these doors here,
Uh huh.
and
Oh,
there may
God.
be someone in there. Never mind. Cancel that.
I don't like the way AJ said, He was too excited.
Uh,
Dragon.
So, cancel that plan. I think the best option's actually probably still just going to be this door. I hate that. I hate that so much.
It's down to you, but sure. Now, by the way, as this is going on, and the entire attempt is beginning to take fold by Rook,
Yeah, can we hide out here, or are we just standing out in the open like a
you're
bunch
you're
of
standing
goons?
very close to like the wall, like you're doing the
for
Kronk pressing
fuck's
up
sake.
against it, sort of thing. Victor,
Yeah,
I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
sure,
Oh, God.
sure.
Why?
You can
Are we
do
doing
it.
Scrydon?
I have luck points that I probably will need to use here in a second, or not. Okay, maybe that's good. I don't know. I
Okay.
actually
Hope that
fail. I don't know.
All right, sure. So you feel okay for the most part. You're just kind of waiting idly for Rook to finish his business up there. Now, Rook, you
See
get
that,
to-
Rook? I wait for my friends to finish their business.
Oh, my God.
See how that goes?
You are the worst.
Like a true friend.
I'm gonna shoot you again.
And no one healed Victor.
No.
No, I'm slowly dying. It's fine.
All right. So
Walk
Rook,
it off, son.
go ahead and make a sleight of hand check if you wish to open the door again.
Yep. Well, first, just to take a peek.
Sure.
Something like that looks good. What the fuck?
I haven't rolled above a 10.
Wow.
Still
Wow.
20, but still, what the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Vin did say he was gonna immediately replace Rook's thing.
If he used
Hasn't
inspiration.
used it.
Yeah.
Which he did, didn't he?
No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
I
He didn't
earlier.
need to. Not yet.
Not yet. So, the person who did use it was, but it was replenished. Was
No, Rook,
Victor?
Rook
No.
used it for his persuasion check.
Yeah, I used it for the persuasion check, so I wasn't comfortable with only having a
That's
second.
right. That's right. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
21 right there.
But
All right.
Vin immediately replaced it.
All right. So
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
wanna
Vin
use it
replaced
again.
it. So yeah. I remember someone else used it, and you rolled a 1. I think it was Smokey.
No, that was Victor determining whether he
No,
should.
that was
stay or-
me. That was lucky old me.
That's Belinda. Okay.
Oh.
So he
I'm
replaced.
surprised that wasn't your first guess when I was gonna even roll with us.
So it was
True.
So-
That's
that
fair.
one.
So
That's
two
fair.
two down, Ventus. You're now at 12. But yes. So you wish to roll this again?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
This is important.
Sure. Go ahead and slide a hand again.
Okay. Better.
22.
Sort of.
Yeah, sure. 12. All right. So the two inside are looking around very intently because they're very confused as to what suddenly transpired. Okay. You open the door just a peek.
Yes.
All right. The two of them seem to be looking around the room very intently, trying to see if they can see or hear anything, as if like something might be hiding. But they didn't see you open the door.
I'll push it up a little higher and fly up to the ceiling of the room.
Okay.
Slide it shut behind me again, carefully as I can.
Okay.
Oh, well, actually, no, never mind. Instead of sliding it shut, once I'm above the door, I'm gonna intentionally creak it loudly open.
Okay. All right. They're going to immediately turn in that direction, and both of them will cast Burning Hands.
Wow, okay.
I need you to make 2 dex saving throws.
Why would you?
Because then they would ideally go through the door to see what the fuck opened the door.
And
then
notice
he
that the
walks
prisoner
across
is
the-
gone.
Still, then I'll be out. I will be able to leave at that point in time.
Well then.
Okay. All right. You take no damage because of your evasive nature as a rogue, kind of immediately getting as high up as you can, avoiding the flames that shoot past like flamethrowers. Some of the actual furniture gets a little bit scorched and seared, but for the most part, they're just standing there, like, ready, but they're not sure if that got anything. They're just kind of, it was like a panic moment. They just instinctively. What do you want to do?
At this point in time, I will start staying towards the ceiling, move towards the way that I came in to get out.
Yep, sure. Getting up to the stairs, you arrive at the very top. This time you can see that the individual who has been working on the apparatus is now down below here, just looking a bit more intently at the design that is going on. So you can see them,
Okay.
but do you wish to just keep going out?
Yep, goal is still just to get the fuck out of here.
Okay, alright, just booking it and not bothering with anything else. You start to fly out and away into the open air. Rook, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Party. I'm great at these.
Okay.
Can I just slip a hand out of the tesseract and go nope and just make that not happen?
Did Vent want to replenish it and drop himself down to 11 for Rook to reroll?
I really hope so.
While
I
we're
really,
waiting, can we
really
just say
hope
that?
so.
I mean, if we don't feel like we're being detected, can we just keep an eye out for them? I mean, just we don't have anything else to do.
Yeah, you can look for the invisible Rook.
Okay. Well, if he comes out not invisible, I
Yes.
guess. If
Sure.
shit goes bad.
Go, yeah, alright, he replenishes another inspiration for you. He's now down to
Sheesh.
11. You may roll it again.
Okay, I will take that. Jesus. This is going very...
Ah,
Poetic.
even better. Alright.
Go 9.
So,
God.
with that, you keep flying for the most part, no problem for you. You arrive at what appears to be the location where you can see your friends still waiting in the shade as you drop down. You can go on invisible if you want.
No, I'm going to stay invisible for the moment.
Okay, well,
But I will say, I have him.
Holy shit!
Victor. All right.
Well, he just came out of nowhere. He could have given us a warning. You just
He's just having flashbacks to
I'll
getting
be-
shot out of nowhere.
I'll be inside the tesseract. I think until further notice, you should stay inside the tesseract. I'm gonna go outside
Actually,
and check what the fuck
during
is
that
this.
time,
I guess I
Varkash,
don't do that.
he
because
would have been
time has
talking
passed.
with you for a little bit. Who
Oh,
are you?
okay. I just said my name's Barker Stormcaller. I'm a friend of your son's. I don't even know why I am actually in this voice anymore. My name's Varkash Stormcaller, and I'm a friend of your son's and the invisible spooky thing that sapped you in here.
Your name is not familiar to here at the Oasis. Where do you come from?
No. I come from a land down.
We're south.
down under. Ah,
You're north.
I was.
Where they can hear that thunder.
what is happening?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Markesh to come back. Is he just staring at him? He's muted
Yeah, the best
himself.
part about this
the
being
whole
a streamed
thing.
game is we can all just stare at the camera like we're on the office.
That's true.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You're muted.
You're
Just
so
glaring.
muted right now. You're
Yeah.
so muted.
I'm sorry. Oh shit. Shit.
But yes.
Andrew, please remind me where I'm originally from again.
Well, you're
Please.
from Luxem.
I'm from a marvelous place named Luxem. The family name is from my mother's side. My father's We can talk about that at a later time. But you've got a son and a daughter and another son kind of waiting for you, saving your mother. So, yeah.
The voice claimed that you were here to help me. How are you going to help?
Well, we're planning to get you and your family out of here
How?
and somewhere safe. Magic, preferably.
What magic?
He stands there and he contemplates, going, "Okay, I probably shouldn't say very much because Smokey's probably wanting to talk to him. So I'm gonna magic with teleportation and there's bread where we're going. I mean,
Is where you're taking me going to be safe for my family?
oh, by far, there's kobolds there.
That does not assure me.
I mean, they're my kobolds. I mean, they're pretty nice. One's named Bubbles.
Your
Communicate.
kobolds?
Hey. Oops. Hey, how about that local football team?
Yep.
That I don't know
Good,
the name
good
of.
transition. Yep.
Did you catch the game last night?
Now you would have arrived
That-
with Rook and
That
everyone else.
offside was ludicrous.
So Rook has now arrived with the party.
Wow.
Ginger snaps! That's my safety mechanism. Get out of there real quick.
He notices that it leaves you, and he's like, "Freedom." Ginger snaps, and
Son of a bitch.
emerges.
He would have
Right
sussed
next to
that
Smokey.
out eventually.
Great. Well, we're next to the small group anyway.
He looks at all the very bizarre Ganassi. I do not recognize any of you.
I love my character.
Who are you?
Hi. We haven't. I don't think we've ever technically met, but I'm Smoky Cloud, Cinder Tongue.
It's an illusion. Thus the fact that he's not.
But that we gotta do. We
I do
We
not see
can't do
past
this.
it. It is
We
a
can't
very
do
good.
we can't do this right now. We got to get back to the manor. The dragon is out and about. We need to get to the manor and get everyone else and get out before she mobilizes everything that she has.
All right. Fine. Once we get to the manor, then what? This one mentioned teleportation to a location. Where
Yep.
to?
To our family keep.
We have no family keep.
Ooh.
We do, but it's a secret.
What are you referring to?
Nana can explain it all to you. We need to go now.
Yes.
Fine,
right now.
very well, but how do you plan on getting there undetected?
Well, he kind of carries us everywhere. We may want to do quicker. Why don't you and Varkesh go back in the Tesseract? Valindra and I can just start teleporting, or I can teleport. Valindra, how much stuff do you have left?
Did we short rest?
No.
No.
I
No?
will need to jump us back over these walls at the very least.
Yeah, we can do that. So, if what two people go in the thing, and then Rook will take him. I'm gonna stay here with him.
Right.
Alright, so
Between
you
you
do
and
a little
that.
bit of a transition fairy thing over left and right, left and right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Okay, so yeah, one at a time. You do eventually
Well,
kind
don't
of just move people over. You would have all arrived at the other side of the. Where do you want to be on the other side of the wall?
Probably like
This-
back over
this-
here near the
The
washing,
safe side.
whatever.
Okay, just I didn't know how far away. Like it was gonna be like a little quick hop, or were you actually gonna like go all the way
Quick
to like
hop.
some?
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is just a quick hop over
Quick
someone
hop.
that's not particularly populated.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you're right. You do a quick hop. It takes you all but maybe about 5 minutes to get everything done and dusted to make sure no one's watching when you pop out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you do arrive
Alright.
at the other side.
Now, Smokey, I assume that your father is a known figure here, so this will be a complicating factor unless he stays in the forge.
Can I know that this is a lot for you to take in, but can you please just stay in the forge because your face is known here, and we're really trying not to raise the alarm before we get back to the manor. Buffering.
Dead silence.
From the dad, he's following you, but he's not sure where you want to go exactly. But he will say Ginger snaps and
Hell yeah.
So you want me back inside too?
Probably you are not the most.
Well, we're not trying to be stealthy though. We're just walking, and we're all fire ganassi, so it'll be fine.
Oh, so you. Okay, well, if it'll be fine, we'll be fine then.
Yep, and we're just gonna try walking to the manor. And while we do that, I am casting detect magic on myself.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna heal Victor on the way.
Oh yeah, probably a good idea.
That would be splendiferous. That'd be great.
I just go walk right up behind him. I squat really far down as we're still walking, and I just stick a finger right inside the ass wound and twist it. And I cast heal
I'll let
using
that
the
happen.
use the gem.
All right. So 60 health points to you then.
Yeah.
All right.
Holy shit.
That's what happens. It's the ignition key. Yeah.
All right. Just need to do this real quick in the going on.
See some sparks coming out of my whiskers. Whoa, okay.
Okay.
That's different.
Your spark plug works at least.
All right. Okay. So you walk over as quietly as you can, making your way around the green market to go towards.
While we're walking, I just want to mention to Smokey. Is it there some concern for unknown fire ganassi in these parts after myself and Victor was spotted earlier?
Possibly, but I mean, there's not much we can do about it at this point.
Let's just try to maneuver through the crowd, be the crowd, and just try to get through here as quickly as possible, yes? We are default, right? We should be blending in as best as possible.
Yeah, pretty good. The best I could.
Okay, well, if you think this will work, I will trust in your judgment.
Mm-hmm. And at this point, as we're walking, I'm going to do another sending. And I'm doing it to Bahira.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. And this is in Ignan.
Okay.
Sister, we have father, and we are coming to the manor. Me and my friends are going to take Nana and all of you to safety. What is the situation there?
All right. The reply you get is
You son of a
delayed
bitch.
for a moment. And you hear this moment. You hear this is the reply you hear. Excuse me. I need to take a moment. Hello, brother. What on earth are you doing here? Do you realize that she is in the manor house now? She had me scry on you and your allies. She knows.
So, the dragon's still at the manor. She had Bahira apparently scry on us, so she knows that. I assume that we have my dad, and so now she has 3 hostages, one of whom cannot fight, and she probably has her guards with her at the same time. And what thoughts?
Maybe I can talk to her. At least distract her long enough.
Varkesh, do you have that spell that lets you teleport instantly?
Mm-hmm.
How many people can you take?
Just let me do a quick check on that.
I mean, so wait, you're saying that they scried on us? When did they scry on us?
Sometime between this morning and now.
Okay.
Bahira said that she knows what's happening. The dragon knows what's happening. What's her damn name?
Okay, right, Malta or something?
Malta, I think. Yeah, Moldra.
Moldra? Okay, yes, but the scrying was seeing which form? Our other form or the default form? They don't know what we look like.
But Bahira does. Actually, has she seen Smoke? Has she seen Victor?
Nope.
I don't think she has. And neither has the dragon.
Well,
I'm not going to worry about that.
I had to read up on the spell, but yeah, for the moment, they can still use it.
How many people, Varkesh?
5 willing.
that's not going to work. So we're stuck with my thing, which takes a minute to prepare.
Question.
Okay. What if?
Oh, sorry. Just really want to quickly ask this. If someone's in the Tesseract, and the items on my person, do they still teleport with me, or does that like have to be willing still?
That would actually put us at the mark we need. No, 4 family members. So that's 6. So it's 5 plus you.
Yeah.
Math. So I have 4 family members. So that's a total of 9 people. We're 1 over.
More.
Oh yeah, Dory. If not more of my aunties. God damn it!
So many.
Okay.
Just teleport a family.
What if? This is gonna be kind of weird. Okay. Okay. So, let's say we all go to the manor and somehow manage to get all of your family in one room. Varkesh can teleport your family, as many as he can, with him. We can have your aunts meet us at Dory's, and then we can dimension door away from the manor as far as we can, book it to your aunts, and you can cast teleport.
Tomorrow. That's not a terrible idea, though.
Wait, you can't cast it today? It would have to be tomorrow?
No, I can only cast it once per day. And I did it to get us here.
And did you say for your aunts to come and meet at the manor?
I did, yeah.
Do you think you could send them a message?
I told them just to Dory's just supposed to circle though. She's not. I mean, I can contact her. I kind of if Rook can actually, Varkesh, how close do the people have to be for you to make it work?
5 feet of me.
Wow, that's close.
I do have an idea. Seeing as we did find out that I am related to the person who runs the entire show here, maybe I can have a discussion long enough to distract her attention primarily onto me, and then you can teleport everyone else, and then I can just word of recall myself, and then I can meet later.
I mean, you could.
Is that a good idea, though? It seems to me, since they keep the dragons seem to keep themselves to individual oases here, correct?
Yeah, the suzerain. I don't know if the suzerain's been here in years.
That indicates a certain level of territorial nature. He's an unknown descendant of the suzerain that got kicked out.
She may want to
That
kill you.
strikes me as not good.
True, but if she does decide to nibble my ear a little bit, she's going to have a bit more of a harder time nibbling my ear than the rest of you guys, and also your very decrepit grandmother.
I mean, it's true.
And in a moment, I can...
We're not leaving Varkesh by himself, though.
Who would be with him?
I don't know. One of us.
I have to go.
At least one of us. You have to go because you're going to be doing teleport. I think it would be, honestly, if we think about this smartly, I would stay with Varkesh because the dragon only knows that she needs to scry on Victor and Rook. They'll both be with you.
This is true.
Okay, and I actually prepared a spell that can stop scrying, but I mean, once Bahira's gone, I don't know if the dragon can even cast scrying anymore, so if we can actually get her, then the dragon's lost that ability, I hope.
Exactly.
And also, if Valindra's with me, seeing she's the next most armored, tanky person here, if I needed space to bamf us out, she can bamf us out of the immediate area so that we can be safe to do so.
It's true.
Okay, so what's the plan then?
Well, I'm going to be my natural charming self and try and irritate the ever-loving shit out of this woman.
Okay, so with you two gone, that means that there's Rook, Victor, me, and my dad. So at that point, one of us would have to stealth, but 2 of us could get into the thing. So
give the Tesseract to Rook so that you maybe plan something along that line.
Mm-hmm.
Like stealthing quieter.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at stealthing when I need to.
I would just like to remind you all that because of this key that we have, we don't necessarily need to go in the front entrance. We can make our own door.
That's true.
Oh, they've got like a wine cellar or something?
Well, we can't move my Nana, probably. We'll have to get my brother and sister in there.
Also, Varkesh, if there's any way that you could... I can't believe I'm going to say this. do the Sparky thing that you did before that got her attention in the first place. We could lure her halfway across town.
You want
She
me
left
to
her
masturbate in
palace.
public?
No, is there any other way to do that? Any other way?
Yeah, I can do
I mean, with help, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just gotta go
can-
find that blonde again.
As
I
another
mean, if it
option.
comes down to it, I will help Rakesh. You know, we could both go make. You know, he can have Sparky time with woman, and I will be his lookout. Or
Oh, my
This
fluffer.
is not a thing. This is not a thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes, serious time.
Yeah.
Serious.
No. Not with the ladies. Just a way to summon her using your lightning abilities, because that's what got her out of the palace in the first place.
This is true. Is there a tall building nearby? Like, well, not nearby, but further away that still is
The tallest
enough?
the tallest building that you can see is the two towers that are left and right of what appears to be the gateway that leads to the manor. You can see them both right there. They're the buildings that have like square within a square.
What about this? Hold on. You need to teleport, yes, Rakesh?
Yes, I can do it instantly.
And you need to teleport too, yes, Smokey?
I'm the one who can take a lot of people.
Right. So in all of these equations, and Rook needs invisible, and Valindra needs Bamf. So, what? It seems like if anything, I should be bait. Yes,
You don't.
I can lure her
I
away
have
by
a
myself.
thought that could allow us to do this without any bait. Just real
Okay.
quick.
Okay.
If you could get your siblings away independently, a big
Probably
if,
not. Okay.
but if we could, and if you happen to know which room your Nana is being kept in,
I do.
we make that door there. Bahira and Arad go and meet with you. I take Valindra, we sneak into your Nana's room. She teleports your Nana and herself over to wherever you are making this teleportation happen. And then the rest of us meet you there individually. Myself sneaking out, Bahira and Arad hopefully already being there.
That's an interesting plan. There's only one thing that I've now just thought of. Even if I can make a big distraction, most likely she's going to be smart enough to leave some soldiers behind to watch over the family.
Yeah.
So,
But lucky for Smokey, his sister and his brother are very keen fighters. We've seen it.
oh, and your father too.
Oh, yeah. By the way, do any of you guys have a weapon? Dad didn't have a weapon on him, did he?
Yep. I can do that. Valindra, can he borrow your half plate with adamantium?
I'm sure that we wish to arm him. He very specifically, very honestly told me that he is not going to work against the Blue Dragons in any way.
The armor that she has was a breastplate, and you use the adamantine to make a shield of adamantine for her.
Word.
So fuck that plan.
Okay. So
I can give him a weapon though.
if he's not going to fight, though, at
Listen
least defend himself.
to me. Team name pending, all right? Why can't I just make distraction on other end of town? I have pretty good idea of something I could do, and you could get everyone out of here in one swoop. Just come back for me
but
tomorrow.
What if no?
Why
By
not?
the way, Smokey, you get a little
Yeah.
interrupting voice in the back of your head.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like your sister.
Yeah.
Little brother, I have a message for you from the Thunder Tyrant.
God.
Come into the manor. She knows you wish to come inside. Let us negotiate the safety of us for the grimoire.
Oh, that bitch be tripping.
Smokey, share what? Just
If not, a second message comes in.
No.
If you do not reply or come to us in the next 5 minutes,
Wow.
we will all be killed.
Wow,
still-
5 minutes. Okay.
I still feel that I'm probably the best one to draw her away via the dragon dispute
Okay.
shit.
Understood. On our way. Can I cut it off?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
On our way, haggle, just
Yeah.
gerbil, gerbil.
Just
21 more
aspiration.
words.
Can you drop seeming on me?
I mean, I don't. Okay, we have 5 minutes to get to the manor, or she's going to kill everyone.
You are outside the manor.
Great.
It took you a while to walk there when you were making your way with detect magic.
I'm looking. Do I see guards? My magic vision is up. Do I see any additional?
So what you
enchantments?
see when you get to the gate itself and look around, you can see that there has been some kind of, very similar to the private sanctum, erected around the building. And you can see what appears to be 2 guards just waiting on the inside, looking for anyone who wishes to approach.
Okay, we have 2 guards. They've set up a thing for negating teleportation. I think I can take care of that. Otherwise, she doesn't know how many people are with me. I think it's longer. Okay. She's not going to let Arad and Bahira out of her sight. She may even be in with Nana. That would not surprise me at all.
Wait.
I don't.
This is drastic. And by all means, quickly dismiss it if you dislike it. And I know it sounds crazy, but what if we'd let them kill them? Only 2 will retrieve their bodies, and then I can bring them back.
If there are bodies to be retrieved, and that is very traumatic, so...
Also, their bodies may not be intact because breath weapon.
But, as another option, she has reason to believe there's maybe 2 of us, from what she saw earlier
At least 3.
At least
Okay.
3 of us, either way. No, 3 would complicate. I was going to say that would be within the... Well,
Okay, who's
that would
going?
be within the
We have
limit of
one
people
person.
Marrakesh can pull.
She knows we're all here. She scried on us. She heard us talking.
Yeah, she knows our number.
We're out of time. We have to go.
Okay. Let's. Oh God, let's go. And Smokey,
You drop seeming?
yeah, fuck it, I will.
All right. So,
I'm me again.
I do, and what is the range for Dispel Magic? I think it's like
120 feet.
Yeah. So as we walk up, I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll do 4th level. Oh damn it! I lost my sheet. 4th level, and I lost the game.
Wow.
You died.
Lost D&D. All right, we'll press the reset button. Try again.
I 4th level Dispel Magic as we walk up on what I assume to be a private sanctum.
Okay.
Does it stay up?
No, it disappears.
Okay.
And as you walk up, the 2 guards immediately see that you're very unique and different, but they were waiting for someone to come in as they move to the side to make sure that you can come straight towards the manor home.
I flick one of the guards in the face.
No, before he does that, do they look hostile?
No, they look like they're ready just in case, but they're not going to make an attack just yet.
I gently flick. a
Hands
guard
are
in
on
the face.
swords.
Yeah.
Probably not best idea, Rakesh.
I don't flick a guard.
As we're walking up, I'm going to try to charm person level 2 on both of them.
Oh, all right.
Wisdom saves.
Okay.
They can't do shit, even if if this fails. We have to get there safely.
Okay. And use your DC what? 19?
19.
1 passes.
Okay.
And you cast Charm Person?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's aware I tried something.
He recognizes that you did that, and he sees you went against another guard. And he draws his sword and goes, "Remove it. Now.
Oh, it
Slowly
knows.
drop my pants. Okay.
I will yell out an
Alright,
alarm
this is
and your
weird.
family will die."
Gone.
The other one kind of shakes his head and realizes he was under the effect for a brief moment, and then draws his sword, and they both have it armed, drawn to you, kind of pointing.
I'm worth a lot more than you 2 are. And I said it's an Ignan.
"We have orders not to kill you unless you do something stupid. Don't do it again."
I don't think you could kill him if you tried.
We're
There's-
walking inside.
Is there 8 of us?
There are 5 of us, and my dad is in the Tesseract.
Yep. So, as you walk towards the Cindertongue Manor, the center of the actual place is a large building. To the right and left, you can see what appears to be... to the right and ahead, you can see the slight places for the other activities to go on. This is where you would have the work area, a location for some study, as well as a place for the servants to sometimes take rest and to do other activities, a stable and the like. The main house to the left is what you enter. In the center, you can see, very similar to what you remember, Smokey, the entire interior is decorated with this alabaster stone. You can see the columns that flank either side, leading down this large hallway to the middle, where you can see carpets draped around the floor, and at the center a pool of water, a fresh spring that continues to remain crystal clear as palm trees and other green life is scattered around. At the center, though, you can see standing there the female figure with the blue markings across the side of her face and the silver-like hair. She watches and waits for you all to enter. The 2 guards from outside do follow you from behind and flank the doors, shutting them as she looks at you. So, you took down my barrier. You must have either some formidable magics, or you're incredibly stupid.
I don't think those two are mutually exclusive.
That's fair.
Is Rook invisible?
No, I'm not.
Okay, alright. You bring an interesting array of friends. I hope you put a lot of faith in your decisions. Tell me, why did you come here so abruptly? Didn't you abandon your family?
No.
So you care for them?
No answer.
Well then, I believe this is all the easier. I will give you them. Spare their lives. In exchange for the grimoire. Hand it to me.
What is it to you?
It is nothing to me, but the suzerain demands its return.
The book is in the hands of the Guardian.
Guardian? You call yourself the Guardian? Interesting. Tell
I've
me,
unlocked its secrets.
have you now? And what secrets have you found?
Those are for the suzerain alone, not for you.
Do you wish to take on the role of Guardian? Am I correct?
That's what I was born to do.
You can see, Victor, that there are 2 guards behind you and 2 guards left and right of the main chamber that she is stationed in, guarding what appears to be 2 doorways that have been blocked by curtains. And there's a curtain behind her leading to another room in the back. So then, you wouldn't mind waiting here then if I contacted the suzerain and had him come to claim you as the new Guardian? This isn't common.
Yeah.
Talk yourself into a bit of a corner here, bud.
Go ahead.
Wait, so hold on. Varkesh, what's happening?
I'm staying
Channel
silent.
divinity.
Only when I see everyone that we need will I make the attempt to mutter a small prayer to attempt to try and teleport us to safety.
Okay, so you're slowly...
Divine intervention.
Okay. Oh, divine
Like,
intervention.
just-
Wait, is it divine intervention or is it the
It's the very low chance of succeeding one.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
intervention, yep,
Okay,
yep.
all right. Just wanted to make sure because if you cast a spell, she would see something. That's not casting a spell, so that's fine.
No, I'm
All
just
right.
praying.
This
and
is a
hoping
prayer.
it works.
Okay, that's okay.
Come
All right.
on!
So only when we know that all his family and everyone that we need to bamf out with are safe.
All right. So she will look at you.
I would like to see that everyone that I care about is still alive.
Very well. But just you. Your companions? Is that the correct term?
It is.
You will depart from them. They will leave. I have no use for them.
May not, but I do.
You are a guardian. You do not have rights. You obey.
I obey the suzerain.
And by default, he obeys me. He belongs to me.
Do you say that?
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh God. I wasn't gonna do that to you. I wasn't.
I gotta save Smokey!
She looks at you very confused.
Protect the fluff.
I do not know what exactly you are flaunting yourself to look like one of us.
That was rude.
Also, I believe your eyes can see through deceptions and illusions. He has none on.
I can see that he has no magic on him. But he is neither dragon or human.
No.
Not Ganassi?
No.
I do not know what you are, but you look like an abomination to me.
Okay, can you just stop being rude? Because I'm about to lose my shit. So, right. Just so you know, you've just insulted the nephew of the suzerain. So, how about that for a claim? So, he belongs to me, and I wish to see all of his family in one room with all of us here to know that you're not bullshitting us.
The what?
But
you are the what?
the nephew of your boss. Got those cogs turning, haven't we?
You?
He is the son of Urgtak.
Okay, throw my dad's name in there, that's fine.
I do not know that name,
Oh, thank God.
but I do know of the suzerain's brother,
Who's
the traitor, the banished. And his blood has come back.
Yep, right here. Prime rib. Very prime rib.
Then this makes it easier.
It does. How about you kill me over in this direction? And I just start shunting away from the group a little bit.
Kill them.
So not gonna...
And you guys are going to end the session here tonight, as we will start up next week. Because you brought upon the... Oh god, the banished are not allowed to return, and the blood of the banished are not allowed to return. Oh boy.
That was...
What started out as a wild session ended even wilder somehow. God.
You're trying to save Smokey.
You could top a brothel, could you? Well,
Still
there you
preferable
go.
to the suzerain being summoned here.
So you guys will eventually find your way here onto this battle map next week, as you will be facing what appears to be the Thunder Tyrant and her entourage in the Cinder Tongue
great.
Manor.
We don't know where my family... I probably know where my Nana's
Oh
bedroom
my
is.
Not
You
the
do know where that
drinks.
is, but at the moment we will have to come back next week for you to see what happens with the party. So,
Oh my God. Wait, is that the lady?
yes, yes,
That's the one that you used
Yes.
to roll 20 art, too.
That's a good picture.
she knows who that
Missing
is.
it here.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a traitorous killer.
Oh, she's grown up so much. I always hear she do great things.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead, close it up.
Yeah, that's no problem, no problem. But of course, we operate every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can come back and see the continuation of the story as we will initiate combat upon the return. So, from me and my great cast of people here, thank you so much. And we hope you are staying safe and healthy, and we'll see you next week. Bye,
Well,
guys.
thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Bye.
Have a good night, folks.